The man before us was once the sole ruler of the 8 great hells. Every soul that dies must face his judgment. Whether they were heroes, emperors, or thieves, all must receive the harshest punishment for their sins. And as the executor, Yama always wore a cold, impartial expression. But at the height of his power, he announced his retirement. His assistant, Old Fool, reminded him that his successor, Big Beard, was doing a terrible job. Yama just smiled slightly, not caring, because he was about to be reincarnated. As long as he entered the Hall of Yama ahead and received his final judgment, his wish would be granted. He said goodbye to Old Fool. Even if I'm reincarnated, I won't forget you. With that, he pushed open the door. The scene before them made them both question reality. The Hall of Yama, which should have been dark and bloody, had turned into a forest. The rivers flowed with clear water, not blood. There were no screams, only birdsong. This is terrifying. How the hell has Big Beard been managing this place? The cauldrons meant for boiling the dead had all gone cold. The stone mortars that should contain the dead were filled with rainwater. Both were shocked because Big Beard, the successor, seemed to have disappeared. They searched all around the Hall of Yama. In the end, they found no one. Something major must have happened. Yama looked utterly defeated. Big Beard's gone, so how am I supposed to reincarnate? Damn it, I've waited so long for this moment. Is my new life really going to fall apart? Suddenly, Old Fool warned him in terror to dodge quickly. Before Yama could react, a brilliant golden light descended upon his head. With this powerful force, Yama immediately realized this was none other than his boss, the Jade Emperor. What? You want me to find Big Beard? But it's clearly your management failure. Why should I go? Using a commanding tone to order me around, just because your incompetent management prevented me from reincarnating. I've already retired. Why can't you remember that? Thinking this made Yama even angrier. Is this senility? His body radiated blood-red waves. His overwhelming presence forced the Jade Emperor to retreat. The light in the sky gradually faded. But despite his anger, he decided to go find Big Beard. Because I need to find that guy to reincarnate, but you better reward me well after this is done. Without delay, Yama descended to the mortal world. The moment he landed, flames surrounded him everywhere. The mortal world? But what's with this disaster? He turned his head and saw a group of people fleeing in panic, crying for help. Yama looked closer and saw eerie faces emerging from the flames. It was a horde of spirits wreaking havoc in the mortal world. Yama was stunned. These damn escapees. I was just looking for you. A reckless spirit was about to harm a little girl. Yama flashed forward and punched it away. Sensing the killing intent, numerous spirits surrounded Yama. Yama remained expressionless. You've all gone mad. Escaping from hell is one thing, but you dare commit more sins in my presence? In this world, humans after death are called the deceased. Before receiving judgment from the hell's judges, they pay the price in the 8 great hells for sins committed in life. Only souls who fully repent after punishment can be reborn through reincarnation. Looking at these rule breakers, Yama was furious. The deceased couldn't understand him and charged straight at him. He punched the oncoming deceased, the force so great it deformed its body. Then another heavy blow, crushing the approaching deceased to the ground. This move unleashed a blood-red shockwave. The familiar feeling and immense power made the other spirits too afraid to approach. Yama smiled wickedly. Why won't you attack me now? Don't tell me you've only just realized you're doomed. Just then, an attack suddenly shot out from the spirit horde. Yama looked dismissive. It was a spirit with an even thicker smell of blood, with terrifying presence. It held a wooden spike, roaring as it charged at Yama, but it didn't realize what kind of being it was facing. Yama was thoroughly enraged. He didn't dodge the weapon thrown at him. He easily blocked it with a light raise of his hand. Why are these spirits killing people? Are they trying to absorb life force to reincarnate on their own? But he quickly dismissed the thought. Reincarnation is hell's taboo. Only he and Big Beard know about it. Yama condensed blood-red power in his hand. With one hellfire move, he pierced straight through the deceased's body. Then came a relentless assault, fast, precise, and brutal. Soon the spirit was sent flying with the flames. Yama coldly stepped on its head. You madman, how dare you come here to kill people? Then came a furious stomping. Why kill people? Answer me. The spirit struggled violently, wildly swinging its claws. Yama saw its weak state. It didn't seem to have absorbed life force. Having lost all reason, it tried to kill Yama with a rock. How laughable. Yama raised his hand to deliver the final blow. Countless imps frantically grabbed at his body, accompanied by the spirit's mad laughter. The rock struck Yama squarely on the head. Seeing it worked, the spirit raised the rock triumphantly. The next second, its hand was blown off. Seeing its wound gushing blood, it froze in shock. Why aren't you laughing anymore? Through the smoke, Yama's face was like the Grim Reaper himself. Endless hellfire swirled around him. The flames not only blasted the deceased away, but instantly engulfed the surrounding buildings. Yama leaped high above the flames under the blood moon, casting a murderous glance back. Do you understand the situation now? The spirits below immediately trembled and groveled frantically. I hereby sentence you, the crime of escaping prison, harming humans, and causing chaos. Causing chaos, 700 years. Escaping prison, 2,000 years. Harming humans, 10,000 years. If you have complaints, take them up with Big Beard. With that, he tore open space, revealing the Hall of Yama. The spirits were stunned and in disbelief at this scene. Seeing its disbelief, Yama said, that's right, that's Thorn Mountain where you're going. Only you'll have to pull out the grass and wood yourselves. Go weed. Remove every green thing you can see with your bare hands. After dealing with these deceased, Old Fool reminded him that several of them had escaped. Should they catch them? What? Yama was stunned. Why are you only telling me now? Which way did they go? Old Fool reminded him they seemed to have headed toward the school. The school seemed to have been occupied by the deceased. As a soul conductor, Li Zhiyou was protecting students as they evacuated. The student questioned skeptically, are you really a soul conductor? How can someone who captures the deceased be this weak? Li Zhiyou awkwardly explained she hadn't found a deceased willing to lend her their shroud yet, but she'd still do her best to protect them. Just then, several deceased appeared at the stairway entrance. Li Zhiyou quickly dispersed the crowd. She fought the deceased alone. You guys go first, I'll catch up. Li Zhiyou kicked a deceased away. On the other side, a female student's foot was grabbed by deceased, just as those jaws were about to bite down on her. Li Zhiyou didn't hesitate and stood in front of the female student. The next second, she kicked the deceased away, but when Li Zhiyou checked on the student, she was roughly pushed away. Damn it, don't touch me. You call yourself a soul conductor? I almost died and you were so slow. Li Zhiyou quietly complained that she really didn't know how to talk, but was relieved she wasn't hurt. The group on the balcony quickly locked the door. They kept backing away, listening to the violent pounding on the door. The blonde kid was terrified, feeling the deceased would definitely break through. Li Zhiyou explained through the pain that her senior would arrive soon. Two students said arrogantly, "Stop joking around and think of something. If we elites die, it's the nation's loss, you know. You call yourself a soul conductor, but you're totally useless. Just now I almost died because of you. Do you know who my dad is? If something happens to me." Just then, Yama appeared and interrupted them. How incredibly rude. The female student snapped back, "Who are you? What gives you the right to say that, and how did you appear here?" Yama explained he was the retired king of hell. With those words, lightning streaked across the sky. Yama looked exasperated. "Let me finish talking, Jade Emperor." The blonde kid rushed up to attack. "Who the hell do you think you are, making such a racket? How did you get up here?" Yama explained he was pursuing the deceased, then sensed blood everywhere. "I thought something major happened, so I jumped straight up." This drew mockery from the students. "Looks like he thinks he's a soul conductor, dressed like a beggar." Hearing old fools say to teach them a lesson, Yama said he wouldn't argue with children. "It's all because their parents don't know how to teach kids. When their parents die, I'll teach them a proper lesson." The blonde kid lost it. "You want to die? How dare you curse my parents?" Li Zhiyou quickly rushed up to stop them. She was roughly thrown aside by the blonde kid. "Shut up!" At that moment, Yama also noticed the wound on the girl, and she looked very familiar to him. The blonde kid got angrier at being ignored. "Do you know how great we are? If my dad goes to hell, the king of hell will cry and beg him, saying, 'I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.'" This made Yama laugh uncontrollably. The blonde kid was enraged to the extreme. Counting on his father to clean up the mess, he started attacking. Lightning tried to stop him from above, but it had no effect and instead struck Li Zhiyou. She coughed up blood and pushed Yama back. "You should back away. I'll find a way to protect you." Seeing Li Zhiyou also opposing him, the blonde kid was furious. "Know your place, you waste." He suddenly pulled out a knife and stabbed at them both. Yama's eyes changed drastically as he gripped his wrist hard. "Ah, it hurts! Let go of me! Damn it, didn't you hear me? I'll really kill you!" Yama said coldly. "You really said I'll kill you so casually. Is this how your parents taught you?" But the blonde kid was still relentless. "You psycho! I really won't let you go. I'll have my dad kill all of you. I'll throw your corpses to the deceased, though they probably won't eat you because you stink too much." Yama scoffed. "You brats still haven't grasped the seriousness of the situation. Too bad reasoning doesn't work at all. You completely ignore my words." He helplessly picked up a tree branch. "Since ancient times, sinners only learn after being disciplined. I need to name this thing. Do you guys have any ideas?" The blonde kid was speechless. "What the hell are you talking about?" Another student blurted out. "That's like Harry Potter's Elder Wand." Yama looked approving. "Sounds pretty good." Then, with lightning speed, he struck the blonde kid's backside. Feeling the sharp pain in his butt, the blonde kid looked horrified. Yama looked ruthless. Only now realizing what's happening, "You're about to get a beating." Then Yama, like a stern father, unleashed a storm of strikes on the blonde kid. "How's Harry Potter's power?" The blonde kid was beaten to the point of agony. Yama quickened his pace. "It hurts, doesn't it? Full of regret, aren't you? Burn away your sins, Harry Potter. Destroy everything. Ha ha ha." Seeing his crazed expression, the other two kids trembled in fear, until the blonde kid was completely beaten to the ground. His butt still glowing red, Yama finally stopped. "Make sure you reflect properly, or Harry Potter will beat you again." Just then, everyone noticed in horror that the deceased had climbed up. They were climbing up the walls, getting closer. There were so many. From a distance they looked like ants. Li Zhiyou stood up despite her injuries. "Get behind me. The deceased are all on this side now. I'll buy you some time. You escape downstairs quickly." Watching them scramble to escape, Li Zhiyou urged Yama to leave too. "You should go. Leave this to me." Yama was somewhat helpless. "I've met countless humans, and you're the first like this. Why would you sacrifice your body to protect those people? They either insult or ignore you. They don't know gratitude at all, yet you still desperately protect them." At this, Li Zhiyou smacked Yama on the head. "You young person sure talk a lot. Stop talking nonsense and get downstairs." Yama sighed. "You're really hard to understand. Do you believe in absolute goodness? Anyway, you don't need to sacrifice your life this time because I'm here. Burn away sin, hellfire." But just as Yama was about to act, lightning from above stopped him. The Jade Emperor reminded him not to interfere, telling him to just go find Big Beard. In this situation, the woman's life and death had nothing to do with him. As Yama grew angry, the blonde kid had already locked the door. "You idiot can't get out now. Didn't even know the door was locked. This is what you get for messing with us. Stay here and die with that stupid woman." Yama's veins bulged. He ordered old fool to spit some saliva on them. At the same time preparing to act, Li Zhiyou, seeing him in danger, rushed at him regardless of safety. The deceased were already behind her. "Why can you go this far?" Even Yama was shocked. The girl forced herself to stand. "Do you need a reason to protect others?" Yama came to a realization. Right now, Big Beard is missing. The deceased are causing chaos in the mortal world. Order has collapsed, and good people are dying instead of the wicked, and you're still stopping me. Innocent people are about to die. If I don't act now, when will I? Burn away sin, hellfire. Thousands of crimson flames caught all the deceased in front of them in one net, burning them to pieces. The magnificent firelight shot into the sky. "From now on, I'll act my own way. Don't stop me anymore." He looked at the girl in his arms. "I'll give you a generous salary. Hell's 4 major insurance plans you can take leave without looking at anyone's face. Retirement pension, and in your next life, you'll be reborn as a real estate mogul's daughter. Are you interested in working as a deity?" The girl, barely breathing, said, "Working as a deity sounds nice, but it's too late. Let's work together in the next life." "No," Yama smiled. smiled confidently. Let's start from this life. He casually pulled out a red thread. A huge blue light appeared, and the first hell manifested before Li Zhiyou's eyes. But there were no mountains of corpses or seas of blood, only a vast sky. Yama explained this was the first hell he created. You're the first human to come here in human form. Looking forward to working with you, new employee. Hell? The girl looked incredulous. This is really hell? My wounds are all gone. What do you mean by new employee? What do you really? Yama's lips curved up. I'm the retired king of hell. Just call me Lord Yama. Do you have any questions? The king of hell retires too? Yama said the young lady had quite unique thinking. After asking Li Zhiyou's name, he tied a red thread to her hand. Actually, deities aren't that different from you. We just don't age, don't die, and have incredibly strong powers. That's still a huge difference though. The girl looked at the red thread in her hand, thinking it was very beautiful. Thunder roared in the sky. The Jade Emperor seemed very angry. Better leave quickly. Yama explained to Li Zhiyou this was the thread of fate. This is important. Without this thread, humans and deities can't act together, so you absolutely can't lose it. This is the last one. If you lose it, you'll be fired. Soon, Li Zhiyou was awakened by her colleague's voice. Thank goodness, Zhiyou, you're finally awake. I was so worried. Li Zhiyou felt like she'd had a dream. Her colleague explained, thanks to you blocking all the deceased, no one was hurt. We've cleaned up all the remaining deceased and are still tidying up the scene. The kids you saved are safe too, just in a weird state. They're covered in some unknown liquid and saying strange things about being hit by Harry Potter. Li Zhiyou stood there dazed. So it wasn't a dream after all, and I have the thread of fate tied on my hand. Just then, Guild Senior Park Yun-ah called out to her. Are you hurt? After getting a negative answer, Park Yun-ah couldn't help but complain. You're too clumsy. People without shrouds shouldn't show off. I don't want to handle your corpse. After reporting back to the company, just go home. Her colleague gently comforted Li Zhiyou. Don't take it too personally. I heard she lost track of a deceased she'd been pursuing. Maybe that's why she's in a bad mood. Li Zhiyou left in the car, staring at the thread of fate in her hand. She remembered Lord Yama's instructions in hell. At that moment, Old Fool appeared beside her. You've gotten involved in something very serious. This voice startled the girl. The driver looked concerned. Soul Conductor, are you alright? Haha, I'm fine. I was just startled by a bug flying past the window. Having calmed down, Li Zhiyou finally communicated with Old Fool. After some explanation, she learned this black thing was Yama's assistant, and ordinary people couldn't see it. The girl asked about Yama's whereabouts. Old Fool explained Lord Yama went to teach those students a lesson. Ha ha ha. Since Lord Yama went personally, they must have been taught a harsh lesson. The girl remembered Yama's crazed appearance. Frightened, she quickly urged the driver to speed up. If Lord Yama goes to headquarters, something bad might happen. Yama looked at the building. Looks like their families are quite wealthy. They have backing. But even so, you can't escape. I've already marked you with saliva for tracking. Is that a door? It opens by itself. Humans are amazing. He ignored others' warnings and walked straight toward the glass. Open up. After a moment of pressure, the reinforced glass shattered into pieces. Yama forced a smile at everyone. Don't look at me like that. Bring those guys here quickly. Right now. Everyone panics. Someone's broken in. Sound the alarm. The blonde woman smiled at the scene. Oh my, I knew I recognized that familiar mint scent. Lord Yama is here. Yama noticed her too. He jumped lightly and effortlessly reached the upper floor. His serious scrutiny made the woman very awkward. Is there a problem? Who are you? Yama asked. The woman chuckled. You really haven't changed, my lord. Still can't remember people's faces. Then let me introduce myself like it's our first meeting. My name is White Ox. I work in hell. Just then, an arrogant voice from downstairs interrupted. I'll do what I want. Shut up and answer my question. Did you bring what I asked for? Yama stared coldly at him. Finally found that guy. I'm going to kill— Before he could finish, the woman interrupted. Is that child a sinner? You can't just leave without hearing me out. Is punishing others that important? Very important, Yama said flatly. I could choose to ignore it or postpone it, but I can't do that because if even the king of hell ignores sins, then the good people will suffer. With that, Yama leaped down and appeared before the blonde kid. You! I locked you up! Yama silently pulled out his wooden stick from his clothes. Did you think I couldn't get out? I told you, if you don't reflect properly, Harry Potter will beat you again. Harry Potter? What's that? The blonde kid was already paralyzed with fear on the ground. Please don't hit me with that. Found the intruder. Security guards swarmed over, but they were stopped by the woman above. Leave him alone. He's not an enemy. Hearing this, the security guards withdrew. Yama was stunned. Although you can't tell from her appearance, this woman has incredibly impressive leadership. The blonde kid screamed and fled frantically. A bodyguard reached out and stopped him. Please let him go. He's Director Kang's son. Yama looked dismissive. What's your point? The bodyguard had to explain. Director Kang's group ranks third in our country and has great influence in the Soul Conductor Association. Yama still didn't understand what he meant. After all, he didn't care about nobles or ministers. If you still don't get it, stop bothering the young master and get lost. At the same time, he tried his best to throw Yama away. But despite using all his strength through gritted teeth, Yama didn't budge. So you're saying because he's powerful and influential, I should let him go? Yama mocked. You're joking, aren't you? If that were the case, criminals would have plenty of reasons to escape punishment. Seeing him about to leave, the bodyguard directly revealed his shroud. Even non-soul conductors can use shrouds, the guard shouted. Shroud Iron Army. His entire body was covered in steel. He shot forward like a missile, throwing a punch at Yama. Then came continuous punches, like a violent storm pounding Yama's chest. Then Yama was sent flying backward. The bodyguard looked triumphant. How's that? This is my shroud. Only White Ox at the top realized the seriousness. You just committed a crime. The crime of assault. The bodyguard looked back, and a giant fist came straight at him. Even wearing Iron Army, he was pushed back several steps. But this also surprised Yama. He's harder than I imagined. The bodyguard was shocked. You brat, you can still stand after being hit like that? I'll make sure you never stand again. With that, he threw wild punches at Yama, but they were all casually blocked. Impossible. He blocked my attacks with just one hand. Yama looked disdainful. You actually wore a shroud. You humans are getting more and more brazen. He used a bit of force and kicked the bodyguard away. Then another palm strike. I hereby judge, recklessly swinging fists and attacking others. I sentence you to 3 months of not being able to lift your head. A heavy blow carrying flames crashed down. With one strike, the bodyguard's head was buried deep in the ground, unable to pull it out. White Ox was amazed at how spectacular Yama's moves were, but felt his power wasn't as strong as before. Just then, Yama called out to her. Why are humans wearing shrouds? Shrouds are the deceased's clothing. White Ox explained not to be so surprised. They're doing it to protect themselves. The deceased have been coming to the mortal world for 20 years. Humans have been fighting alone to protect themselves, and human strength is inherently weaker than the deceased. The deceased cross the river of death are gnawed by scale-covered beasts. To avoid being crushed to death, they run desperately for hundreds of years, sometimes farming with 100-pound iron balls attached. The greater the crime, the longer the punishment, the stronger the deceased become compared to humans. Of course, there are also repentant deceased who lend their shrouds to humans, giving them power to rival the deceased. White Ox added, most people become soul conductors, but there are also those like that bodyguard, for whom wearing a shroud is a last resort. At that moment, Old Fool and Li Zhiyou also arrived. White Ox recognized it immediately. Wow, long time no see, White Ox. We last met over 300 years ago, right? Yama was very surprised. You two actually know each other? After some teasing about Yama's forgetfulness, White Ox curiously asked about Li Zhiyou. Isn't she one of our soul conductors? Why is she acting with Lord Yama? It's complicated to explain. Basically, her situation is similar to mine. Hearing this, White Ox showed a sympathetic expression. Why are you sympathizing with her? She's joined the divine workforce. Tell me your identity, Yama demanded. White Ox had to explain she was the White Ox of the earthly branches. She had served as Big Beard's assistant in Hell. So after their conversation, White Ox said she didn't know about Hell's changes either. She described waking up one day to find herself here, with no idea of Big Beard's whereabouts. Seeing this, Yama had a breakdown. I knew it wouldn't be this easy to find him, but it's not your fault. To be precise, it's Big Beard's problem. Thinking about it, maybe something happened to Big Beard, or maybe Big Beard deliberately created this chaos. White Ox, seeing him stressed out, silently handed him some intelligence. To find a way to resolve this situation, I've put in quite a bit of effort too. Meanwhile, Li Zhiyou, having received Yama's assignment, was frantically chasing the blonde kid. Stop! Zhiyou shouted. Yama's task for her was to wave Harry Potter around, while shouting, burn away sin. This made passersby stop and stare, and the girl felt extremely embarrassed. This is so humiliating. Is this why she sympathized with me? Just as she was thinking this, she bumped into Park Yun-ah without paying attention. Her senior gave her a sharp look. What are you doing here? I already told you to go home. She then pulled the girl aside. Maybe it's good you're here. Help me out. Our target is to take down that guy. Park Yun-ah explained that was a deceased she'd been tracking for a long time. This guy is extremely good at escaping, so we can't alert him. We need to follow him for a while first, then strike when he shows an opening. Right now it's patrolling. Li Zhiyou was shocked. The deceased patrol? Park Yun-ah confirmed it. Indeed, wherever that guy patrols, a very strong deceased appears and destroys the surroundings. This guy must be that deceased's subordinate. It's probably clearing out obstacles now. Unfortunately, the deceased spotted the blonde kid cowering in a corner. Oh no, it's a civilian. Park Yun-ah immediately rushed over. She was alarmed. I won't make it in time. Fortunately, Li Zhiyou was agile and rescued the blonde kid in time. Well done, Li Zhiyou, Park Yun-ah shouted as she leaped high. This time I definitely won't let you go. Brand the sin. Power gathered in her hand. Brand King. It was a giant pink hammer. Park Yun-ah raised the heavy hammer and slammed it down on the deceased. Meanwhile, she told Li Zhiyou to escort the blonde kid and request backup. Please get them here quickly. You know I'm not good at combat. Just as she turned around, the deceased that took the heavy blow instantly recovered and attacked her. She had to grit her teeth and fight back. But this deceased seemed tactical. It wasn't rushing to attack, but targeting Park Yun-ah's hammer. Park Yun-ah had to jump into the air to fight it, which played right into its trap. In that moment of stiffness, the deceased slapped her head. Although Park Yun-ah swung her hammer too, without leverage in midair, the destructive power was limited. Its strong recovery ability left it virtually unaffected. It revealed its shroud, battle mode, a pair of massive black wings. In a flash, it grabbed Park Yun-ah's body and slammed her repeatedly against nearby walls in midair. Until she lost the ability to resist, the deceased still gripped her throat tightly. Just as it reached out to deliver the final blow, Li Zhiyou knee struck it and sent it flying. Park Yun-ah was stunned. You got here fast. Where's the backup? Li Zhiyou said while dodging attacks that she'd already made contact. Contact? How many people did you call? One. They should be here any moment. Hearing this, Park Yun-ah was speechless. That's no ordinary deceased. It used its shroud. We need at least 2 first-grade soul conductors, or many second-grade soul conductors. You idiot. You only called one person. Do you want to die here? But despite saying this, she watched Li Zhiyou easily dodge the deceased's attack and deliver a high kick that sent the deceased flying. This Li Zhiyou, has she always been this good at combat? My body feels so light, like I'm wearing a shroud. The repeatedly struck deceased, seeing things going badly, retreated to create distance. It bent its body grotesquely, emitting a purple aura, then began circling Li Zhiyou at high speed. Park Yun-ah shouted, Li Zhiyou, be careful! That's its ability! After the purple smoke dissipated, the deceased had vanished. Facing the invisible deceased, Li Zhiyou seemed helpless. Just as she was observing carefully, the deceased appeared behind her. With her superior reflexes, Li Zhiyou raised her hand to block, but she was still forced back repeatedly. Just as she was about to counterattack, the deceased went invisible again. Damn it, where will it be this time? Behind me? She turned around to strike back, but the deceased attacked from her side. Damn, it's on the side. The deceased disappeared again, its direction impossible to predict. The sound of bells on its body further interfered with Li Jiwoo's judgment. Just then, a voice called out, 3 o'clock, face. Reacting quickly, Li Zhiyou dodged the attack with a slight sidestep. Senior Senior, how did you know the deceased's direction? Park Yun-ah explained. That's the ability of my Shroud brand scholar. Once I land a hit on an enemy, they can't disappear from my sight. Li Zhiyou, I'll tell you the direction. Trust me. Hearing this, Li Zhiyou confidently closed her eyes. Where will it appear next? This left Park Yun-ah stunned. This girl actually thinks trusting me means closing her eyes. You idiot, open your eyes. Who told you to close your eyes in battle? Do you want to die? You've watched too many movies. This is real combat. 6 o'clock body. Li Zhiyou dodged the attack following the voice, then kicked toward the deceased's head. 8 o'clock face. Then the deceased received a thorough beating. Go, Li Zhiyou, beat it down. Watching his subordinate about to be killed, Tao Diuqi, observing from above, couldn't help but sigh. Recent soul conductors are really fierce, not holding back at all. With that, he slowly stood up. Since I'm the one who sent it out, it'd be a shame if it died, and I don't want to be scolded by that person. Hey, stop! He called out to Ji Woo about to strike. Park Yun-ah quickly warned her. Ji Woo, back away. That guy is the strong one I mentioned, Tao Diuqi. Tao Diuqi put on a smile. What strong one? How embarrassing. Though I'm happy to be recognized, dear soul conductors, may I take it away? Because invisible deceased are rare, so it's a very precious talent. But before Tao Diuqi could finish, a giant hammer already swung at his face. Stop joking around, Tao Diuqi, Park Yun-ah roared. Li Zhiyou, don't be fooled. When a spirit has high intelligence and can talk to humans, it means it's killed many people. Before she finished, a hand had already pierced through her chest. You know this so clearly, why did you provoke me? Senior! Li Zhiyou shouted and charged forward. However, the power gap was vast. Tao Diuqi bent slightly to dodge the attack. Even after your senior fell, you still dare rush at me. What commendable courage. You're exactly the type I absolutely despise. Mock the sin, Tao Diuqi ignited the dark talisman in his hand. An incomparable green whirlwind instantly swept across the area. The whirlwind carried sharp edges, leaving wounds of varying depths on Li Zhiyou. Tao Diuqi laughed maniacally in the wind. How about it? Still want to fight me? What does your senior matter? Just run away like a coward. That's what humans are like anyway. Inferior and selfish humans never value others' lives. As the smoke cleared, he turned back contemptuously. That pathetic person probably ran away already. But contrary to his expectations, Li Zhiyou hadn't left. She used her own body to shield her senior from the fatal attack. Why? Why didn't you run? Why protect someone who's as good as dead? Tao Diuqi roared. Aren't you afraid? No one goes this far anymore. Humans are so selfish, there's no one who'd sacrifice themselves for others. I need to tell you two things, Li Zhiyou said calmly. First, you don't need a reason to save people. Second, you just committed a crime. And it's a very serious crime. The moment he sensed someone behind him, Tao Diuqi instinctively didn't dare move. He even concentrated his mind and didn't dare breathe. When that human said the word crime, she didn't even glance at me. She's not ignoring me. There's no need to look at me. She simply trusts the monster behind me. I can't breathe, but if I dare to breathe now, I'll definitely die. Before him, massive balls of burning hellfire appeared. Just then, Yama walked past him. Oh dear, I almost forgot. There's blood. New recruit, are you okay? Yama asked with concern. I'm fine, but senior, she's in danger, Li Zhiyou said anxiously. The next second, the gate to the first hell opened for them. Li Lim, what are you worried about? I'm here, Yama smiled confidently. Lord Yama, my name is Li Zhiyou. Idiot, old fool chided. Why do you always talk to me so disrespectfully, you brat? Watching them bicker, Tao Diuqi was speechless. He breathed a sigh of relief. He doesn't seem that impressive. Was I overthinking it? But before he finished speaking, a powerful punch slammed into his face. The blow sent him flying with blood spurting from his mouth. Yama's expression was cold. Don't breathe. You're wasting oxygen. You psychos, Tao Diuqi, having steadied himself, summoned countless dark talismans. Yama dodged the sweeping whirlwind with graceful movements. Foolish sinner, burn away the sin. The next second, hellfire and whirlwind collided violently, tangling in midair. But the flames rose higher and quickly suppressed the whirlwind. Tao Diuqi was drenched in sweat. Damn it, my shroud is no match for him. Just as he steadied himself, Yama punched him flying again. Taoist 8 questions! Tao Diuqi instantly threw countless talismans. Wind currents carrying the whirlwind blew toward Yama. Yama looked dismissive and dodged lightly. You fell for it! Capture! Tao Diuqi clenched his fist hard. An enormous whirlwind formed into a sphere tightly wrapping Yama. As they say, empty vessels make the most noise. You really aren't strong at all. Tao Diuqi laughed wildly. I'm going to slice open your flesh. He condensed the whirlwind into a giant blade, trying to cut Yama in half. The green blade shot straight at him. How's that? My Shroud Taoist's ability is sealing. Your Shroud Hellfire's ability has been sealed. Foolish fool, the next second flames shot into the sky. This scene scared Tao Diuqi half to death. What a troublesome ability. If Hellfire were really a shroud, that'd be bad. But what can be done about it? Hellfire is just the fire of hell that I created. Hellfire is just Hellfire flames that burn away sin. You've committed great sins. It's become even stronger. Grit your teeth. Sensing danger, Tao Diuqi used Taoist 8 questions again, but this time it was instantly suppressed by the raging Hellfire. Damn it, what is this flame? Better dodge. While throwing several talismans, he leaped away. But Yama had been waiting in midair for a while. Scorching flames slammed into his face, just as Tao Diuqi fell to the ground and steadied himself. Towering flames rushed toward him. Damn it, does this monster's moves have no cooldown? Giant flames engulf the entire area. If this continues, my body will melt. Just who is he? Yama looked at him seriously. How come you're not burned yet? You should have turned to ash by now. Old fool explained there was no helping it. After all, you already gave your sword and shroud to Big Beard. By the way, how could you just throw them into hell and leave? Did you forget hell and the mortal world calculate time differently? Oh no, I think you're right, Yama panicked a bit. Old fool comforted him. It's okay, I already brought the humans to a safe place. And here's Harry Potter. Hearing them bicker, the flames began to weaken. Tao Diuqi squirmed, trying to escape. That monster is distracted. The weakened flames right now are my only chance. I need to escape escape quickly and report to him. This place is dangerous. Yama crouched before him, watching him quietly. His face was terrifyingly grim. Where do you think you're going? Tao Diuchi raised his battered face and began begging. I was wrong. I didn't mean to hurt you. Please spare me. That soul conductor isn't dead, so please spare my life. I beg you. I'll deeply reflect and repent, then become a good person. Yama looked thoughtful. Really? Watching his fake tears, Yama began telling him a story. One day, a woman who lost her child came to hell. Yama asked her why she came here. The woman answered, because my child died. Yama asked again, who killed your child? The woman insisted it was because of the war started by the king and the famine he caused. Yama listened calmly to all this, but he already knew the truth. The king started the war but wasn't the real culprit. In the end, the one who cooked and ate the child was that woman. Sinners like you are all the same. Whenever faced with unfavorable situations, you instinctively lie. You casually harm others, yet are terrified of being harmed yourself. This really pisses me off. The branch in Yama's hand glowed with fire. That's exactly why I created hell. Hearing this, Tao Di finally realized. You said you created hell? Damn, so you're the king of hell. Taoist 8 questions. Tao Diuchi made one last desperate attempt. A giant wind dragon roared toward Yama. Yama looked disdainful. I hereby judge. The sinner is extremely shameless and shows no sign of repentance. Therefore, I shall sever his reincarnation. Soul Bonsai. Flame shot into the sky, condensing world-creating divine power. As it cut Tao Diuchi in two, even the blood moon's glow was overshadowed. It's been a while since I've seen this move. Old fool couldn't help but sigh. Even in the cruel hell, it only occasionally appears for the deceased who refuse to repent, a move that completely severs their fate. This Soul Bonsai move is even more incredible because, even though Lord Yama has already handed his weapon and shroud to Big Beard, he can still unleash this level of power. The ordinary branch in Yama's hand, named and blessed, had already crumbled to dust from the overwhelming force. Let's go, old fool. Let's head back, Yama suggested. After being up almost all night, we should rest. Li Zhiyou looked helplessly at Lord Yama, who'd arrived at her home. So you just came over to rest? That's right, Yama waved his hand. Just sit down, don't be so formal. The girl looked angry. This is my home. I'm not being formal at all. That's great then, Yama smiled. The girl had a headache. I can't exactly spit on his smiling face. I noticed you know White Ox. Why aren't you at her place? Oh my, how could I impose on my successor's subordinate's home? Got to have some conscience and we're not that close, Yama explained with a smile. Having no choice, the girl suggested finding Yama a rental. I also need my own private space, so you can't stay here. I'll help you find a place. Ji Woo, although I don't know what private space means, I'm not unreasonable. Yama looked a bit awkward. If you feel uncomfortable, I'll leave. A single room? Find me one. With that, Yama was about to leave. But I can discipline the sinners around here, right? That small matter? Ji Woo thought. Absolutely not. Why not? Yama protested. When I see sinners, shouldn't I punish them? Lord Yama, your methods will definitely cause trouble for society. Then I'll go easier. Easier? Really? Li Zhiyou looked skeptical. Hey, come on, I can control the intensity, you know. Li Zhiyou gave an example. Let's say there's a seriously ill old lady. One day she casually throws trash on the street. What would you do in that situation? What else can I do? Yama looked confused. Of course I'd teach her a lesson with hellfire. How can you do that to an old lady? You terrible person. Don't you respect your elders? So it's okay for elderly people to break rules? Carefully consider who's actually older. If she's seriously ill, is that reasonable? Crimes don't disappear just because you're sick. Watching them bicker, old fool was used to it. It asked the girl if she wanted some water. Li Zhiyou noticed the water in the cup was particularly dark. Lord Yama, where did this water come from? Old fool explained he drew it from a well. The world has really advanced. Every home has a well. The girl was shocked. A well filled with blue water. Looking at the toilet, she understood everything. After the girl's animated explanation, they immediately understood. Both collapsed to the ground. Yama looked utterly defeated. The girl handed him bottled water. I really can't help you. Until you adapt to the mortal world, I'll turn a blind eye. Live with me. Yama was stunned, staring at her back. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just working. In exchange, you have to pay me double. Images of someone from the past appeared in Yama's eyes. In my next life, I want to be reborn as a human. Li Lim. Yama moved closer to the girl. Are you Li Lim? Li Lim? Li Jiwoo listened to the name with confusion. Only old fool sighed. Ah, here we go again. Lord Yama, even though you always forget people's faces, how can you confuse Jiwoo with Li Lim? Yama insisted. No, she is Li Lim. This feeling clearly, old fool reminded him. Wake up. Li Lim is completely different. That person is Li Jiwoo. You'll be working together. At least remember her face. Li Jiwoo sighed. I didn't expect old fool to be so considerate. How can you be so sure this isn't Li Lim? Yama questioned. Of course, Li Lim's figure is way better than this one. Hearing this, Li Jiwoo turned the water bottle upside down. Then old fool's screams filled the house. This person's crazy. Lord Yama, save me. Soon it was late at night. Well-fed Yama looked utterly content. So soft, so comfortable. This place is even better than hell. Modern humans have it so good. I'm jealous. The girl sat up. Looks like you really like the mortal world. Yes. Especially your cooking is really delicious. That red soup. Is it called kimchi stew? That blood-red broth. This dish must contain Mr. Kim's joys and sorrows. The meat taste is also amazing. Was it cooked with human meat from someone surnamed Kim? Though that's probably not possible. Li Jiwoo listened helplessly. But the girl thought carefully about everything that happened today. Meeting Lord Yama, even going to hell. Defeating the deceased, and her senior was seriously injured. Her injuries were severe, but once in hell, they healed. Thinking this, she leaned over to ask Lord Yama, First question, if you enter hell, will any illness or wound heal? Old fool confirmed, as long as they're human, yes, except for the deceased. Then, working with Lord Yama, can I also see people who've already died? Yama was stunned. Why would you want to see dead people? The girl explained she wanted to see someone who was like a parent to her, because she felt guilty for not being able to protect them. But this idea was strongly opposed by Old Fool. You're human. Some things you can do, some you can't. Stop dreaming. But before it finished speaking, Yama knocked it out. Lord Yama, why'd you suddenly hit it? Yama leaned closer to the girl. I'll be generous and offer you an unprecedented deal. If you make a significant contribution in finding Big Beard, I'll let you meet that person. Hearing this, the girl jumped up excitedly. Are you serious? The girl spat at him. Then it's a deal. If you go back on your word, you'll go to hell. Why so happy? Besides, isn't hell my home? But seeing her happiness, Yama's face also showed a smile. Big Beard, we'll meet soon. Meanwhile, Tao Yuchi's true form reported that his clone had died. That soul-piercing move was clearly soul bonsai. I'm certain Yama has descended to the mortal world, Lord Big Beard. Hearing this, Big Beard fell into thought. Tao Yuchi pleaded, please assign deceased to me. I'll make that Yama guy, but before he finished, his body began disappearing. What an arrogant fool, daring to call him by name, Big Beard said coldly. Ox, you take the deceased. Looks like the plan needs to be moved up. Before Lord Yama regains his powers, bring all the earthly branches here. The next morning, White Ox called Ji Woo, asking about Lord Yama's situation. The girl looked over. The dignified, retired king of hell was arguing with a pet dog. Lord Yama stopped shouting already. White Ox explained Lord Yama couldn't help it when he saw white dogs, because white dogs in legend hunt ghosts. I've already explained to Lord Yama about the next objective. Don't go to work today, help Lord Yama. Ji Woo explained White Ox's phone call to Yama, and got Yama a set of modern clothes. So comfortable. Humans are really amazing. Following the location provided by White Ox, they arrived at a department store. Yama unfolded a piece of paper to check the situation. Seeing this, Li Zhiyou was curious. There's writing on the back too? Miss White Ox is really thrifty. What book is this? Yama said flatly it was just an ordinary book with humans' death dates written on it. That's the book of life and death. How can you write it on just any paper? Oh well, it's fine. Humans can't read it anyway. First we need to complete the mission. In this department store, find an entertainer. Because White Ox said she found an earthly branch that came to the mortal world. That earthly branch found work to adapt to life in the mortal world, seems to have been discovered by an entertainment company scout, and now she's an entertainer. The pig of the earthly branches, Baked Hay. At the same time, after vomiting in the bathroom, Baked Hay received a call from her manager. Hey, Baked Hay, are you crazy? Didn't I tell you not to eat during filming? Please be serious. Pay attention to self-management. Baked Hay said quietly. I just threw it up. Good job, the manager said smugly. You know I'm doing this for your own good, right? After hanging up, the manager looked disgusted. Seriously, eating like a pig. The boss on the other side also gritted his teeth. We absolutely cannot lose this cash cow. Two fat men about to go eat ran into Baked Hay. I'm so sorry, the girl apologized for eating something earlier. She begged them to bring back a rice ball for her. Stop eating, you fat pig, the fat man said sternly. You need to be thinner to look good. One meal a day is enough, understand? But I almost fainted from dizziness last time, she said quietly. So you're saying we're the bad guys? The man's veins bulged. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. The man emphasized their first meeting. We took you in when you were no better than a beggar, gave you food and clothes. Thanks to me, you can live like a normal person. And I'm doing this all for your own good. Try to understand my feelings. Aren't we family? Hearing this, Dahai became happy. Family. Meanwhile, the two fat men walking away began mocking. Look at that brain-dead girl, so obedient, so stupid. Baked Hay was still immersed in the sweetness of having family. This is just ridiculous, a voice came from the darkness. For a proud earthly branch to be bullied this badly by humans, Thunder Emperor Ivan appeared. Baked Hay, go pack your bags quickly. Lord Big Beard is calling for you. Baked Hay looked shocked. Lord Big Beard is calling for me? But you're a deceased. Why would Lord Big Beard send you to notify me? Anyway, not now. I need to ask my family first. With that, she was about to make a call. Ivan was speechless. You sound like you really became family, aren't we? After Lord Big Beard abandoned us, these people took care of me. They even gave me a place to live. They're my family. Ivan was furious hearing this. I've heard you were stupid, but I didn't expect you'd be this stupid. They took care of you? Look at your emaciated body. From what I see, they're just using you. Wake up, earthly branch. Your only family is us. If you really trust humans that much, let's test them. The two fat people returning from their meal still boasted about their appetites. Excuse me, are you Representative Li Zhiyou from the entertainment company? Ji Woo politely approached. The next second, she was pushed aside by Yama. Are you a pig? Lord Yama, please, you're being so rude. Yama argued back angrily. Why? Look carefully. That greasy face, that round and fortunate belly. No matter how you look, it's a pig symbolizing money and luck. What's wrong with pigs? Human standards are so strange. Hearing this, Li Zhiyou was about to explode, but his wife pulled him away. What will I do if you go to prison again? Calm down. Being able to eat a lot is a blessing. In the lounge, Baked Hay looked worriedly at the bread on the table. Seeing them enter, she immediately stood up. Representative, I need to talk to you. Manager, what happened to your face? What happened? Did you hit her? Li Zhiyou didn't respond, but noticed the bread on the table. What's this? You were trying to sneak food again, weren't you? You stupid fat pig. Though hurt, she still quickly grabbed the man. Representative, no, Dad, you should leave. That was just a test. Bad people deliberately brought food. I can't explain, but please trust me, Dad. However, she received a heavy slap in return. What are you talking about, you stupid bitch? And Dad? That's right. This reaction is correct. Unable to control your words and actions saying hurtful things. What kind of family are you? Earthly branch, is this the life you've been living just to see him like this? How pitiful and tragic. I'll help you kill this bastard. Then you won't have any regrets. Even that woman behind. He turned around to see Li Zhiyou trying to sneak away with the woman. I've already acted according to instructions. What do I do next? Yama carried baked dahe on his back. How can you ask such a dumb question? The victim always comes first, so of course we run. As for that human trash in his hands, just drop him. Seeing this, Thunder Emperor was furious. You bastards, put her down immediately. If I catch you, I won't let you go. Come here. Yama showed a look like he was watching an idiot. Do you think I'm that stupid? Didn't you just say if you catch me, you won't let me go? You brat, I'll kill you. Yama observed his condition and found this person unusually calm. Though he looked angry, he wasn't agitated at all, even looking for a way to break through. Yama struggled to create distance. If I hide the pig, I can fight him, but actually, wherever I hide, it'll endanger innocent civilians. What should I do? Pig, wake up. He tried hard to dodge attacks from behind while thinking of countermeasures that wouldn't harm ordinary people. Ivan, after thinking, pulled out a large stone. If you insist on running, I'll have to force you to fight me. He threw the rock toward an innocent mother and daughter at the bottom of the mall. Fortunately, at this critical moment, Li Zhiyou blocked it. She caught the rock while rolling to dissipate its powerful force. At the same time, the alarm she triggered began notifying innocent people to evacuate. Seeing this scene, Yama smiled with relief. She's even more impressive than me. With that, he jumped down carrying baked dahe. Ivan's hands crackled with lightning. Foolish fool. You can't dodge in midair. Yama looked back confidently. True, I can't dodge, but you can't escape either. He immediately opened the hell gate, and all four entered Yama's hell. Old fool realized something. Wait, looking carefully, isn't this guy that Thunder Emperor Ivan? Thunder Emperor Ivan was born with thunderous absolute power. His father, claiming infertility, abandoned his wife, met another woman, and had Ivan. This behavior greatly angered the patriarch at the time, so he cursed him. You will bear an evil child. Your country will be filled with terror and tears. Countless will die because of this. Blood will flow like rivers. The entire city will be constantly consumed by flames because of your son's mad deeds. Hearing this, Yama leaped to dodge the attack. Did he become crazier as he got older? Old fool agreed. I heard he even beat his pregnant wife. Ivan raged, wildly attacking Yama. Later I killed the crown prince who cursed me, but unfortunately my madness returned. Yama just felt speechless. This lunatic killed someone but says he's unfortunate. He rubbed his fists together. A sinner like you needs a good beating. But before he finished, a golden lightning bolt struck. Old fool was furious. Dishonorable scoundrel, attacking while someone's talking. Yama, struck by lightning, said nothing, sending chills down spines. The next second, he showed a terrifying expression. Old fool, lend me your shroud. No, absolutely not. Are you planning to cause trouble again? Hey, you're such a miser, I'll return it after using it. Don't you know my shroud has side effects? As they argued, another lightning bolt struck. Ivan looked vigilant. I won't let my guard down. When a lion hunts a rabbit. The next second, Yama's fist slammed hard into his forehead. Such fast speed, he barely steadied himself. Another powerful punch sent him flying again. He rolled on the ground several times before stopping. Ivan struggled to stand, his eyes showing deep fear. Who is that guy? Isn't he human? There's no other way. Better use full power quickly. But Yama just stood there without attacking, making Ivan fearful. No matter how I look at it, he's preparing a powerful move. What's he waiting for, you madman? Before he finished, a fist struck his face. Turns out Yama held a grudge for being interrupted earlier, deliberately waiting for him to speak before hitting him. Ivan raged. You dare toy with me? I'll definitely kill you. Yama instantly appeared behind him. Do you know who's beating you up now? Burn away sin, hellfire. In an instant, massive and intense flames engulfed Thunder Emperor Ivan's entire body. No! Ivan's face showed fear and pain. Yama sighed. Still hard to burn. Same as when I fought Tao Diu Chi. My firepower isn't enough. I must find the sword or shroud. Ivan burst from the flames to counterattack Yama, so it's hellfire. So you're the king of hell. Strike the sin, furious thunder. The next second, golden lightning descended from above, its powerful force piercing through the king of hell's body. Even old fool was shocked. Can a mere deceased shroud summon lightning? Ivan laughed triumphantly. How's that? The feeling of every cell in your body being scorched? Even if you're the king of hell, you can't withstand being struck by lightning. To his surprise, the king of hell showed a smile. Is that all the power you have? Old fool explained that although lightning is a powerful ability for the deceased, unfortunately it has no effect on Lord Yama. Right now is the weakest Lord Yama has ever been in his life, yet you still can't hurt him. Seeing this, Thunder Emperor Ivan had a breakdown. Stop joking! Die, Yama! He kept unleashing lightning. However, the lightning hitting Yama was like a gentle massage. Want me to tell you why I'm not afraid of lightning? Because I've gotten used to being electrocuted. My former boss was someone who loved electrocuting people. He pointed to the sky. Better let you see for yourself. Jade Emperor, please unleash lightning once, but there was no response. That ungrateful old geezer, Yama cursed. The next second, massive lightning pierced through both their bodies. Meanwhile, outside, Ji-woo had already cleaned up the chaotic mall. White Ox expressed deep gratitude, affirming Ji-woo's abilities. Not at all, I should thank you. I didn't expect you to arrive so quickly. Did you see the pig? White Ox asked. I met with the pig a few times and suggested we work together, but she refused, saying something about having family. Family? Li Zhiyou was stunned. People like that don't qualify as family. She mistook bad people for family, but we probably don't need to worry too much, because Lord Yama isn't likely to let bad people off easily. Little did they know, Li Yu-dan in hell had already been terribly frightened. Fortunately, the deceased threw him aside, allowing him to flee in a panic. If he'd been a moment later, hellfire would have burned his pig flesh to ashes. He turned back and noticed Baek Tae on the side. Where is this? Damn it, tell me everything you know. Baek Tae looked desperate. Dad, The man was furious. Stop calling me dad, it's so annoying. How long are you going to treat me as family? You look so stupid when you stutter. Answer my question, you fat pig. Did those guys appear because of you? But why was I brought here too? It's all because of you. Let me leave this place now. You just need to go with those guys. Don't call me dad. I've never once considered you my daughter. The next second, Thunder Emperor Ivan was struck by the Jade Emperor's lightning. Alright, this guy's dealt with. Yama walked straight to Baek Dahai's side. I haven't been able to understand your behavior since earlier. What are you doing, pig? Li Zhiyou gripped the girl's throat tightly. Don't come near me. Leave this place or I'll break her neck. You need her, don't you? Pig, what are you doing? Yama was puzzled. Why are you letting humans bully you? The girl finally spoke. Hello, Lord Yama. Long time no see. What happened during this time? Do you want my help? Li Zhiyou, seeing threats weren't working, immediately changed his tone. Let's negotiate. I'll hand her over to you. Let me leave this place. Baek Dahai listens to me very well. As long as I tell her to go with you, she will. She'll do whatever I say. Please let me go. This way no one loses. Even the deceased couldn't stand this. You think you can say whatever you want just because you have a mouth, you mere human? Swallow your damn words back. The earthly branches belong to Lord Big Beard. Stop joking. She belongs to me. She's my negotiating tool. If I tell her to die, she'll probably agree. What did you just say? Big Beard? Old fool realized. Deceased, did Big Beard send you? Old fool emanated a terrifying pressure. Just as the deceased was about to be killed by Old Fool, Yama stopped it. He gently stroked Baek Dahai's head. Didn't I tell you? The victim is most important. Human, put your hand down and step back. I need to talk with Dahai. Then you'll let me go. Before he finished, Yama grabbed him tightly. Say one more word and I'll squeeze the fat out of your tongue. Make it into a candle that can light up all of hell. This voice from hell made Li Zhiyou tremble, not daring to move. Yama directly threw him away. Then he approached the girl gently. Dahai, do you want family? Baek Dahai shed tears. Because there's no family in hell. Humans look so happy, I was envious. I thought I had family too. I was so foolish. I don't need something like family anymore. Yama said gently. Dahai, do you want to be reincarnated with me? Reincarnated as each other's family? Family? Really? The girl couldn't believe it. If we hold hands and reincarnate like this, we'll become real family, Yama confirmed. Not bad, right? Want to consider it? Baek Dahai was already in tears. Is it really okay? Of course. Then it's a promise. Thank you, Lord Yama. Baek Dahai hugged Yama tightly. Alright, looking forward to working together. The next second, earthly branch Baek Dahai's body radiated blood-red light. As Baek Dahai completely opened her heart, her fate with Big Beard changed, transforming into fate with Yama. Red divine power surged like mountains. This shocked Ivan, who remembered Big Beard's words. Before Lord Yama regains his power, bring the earthly branches here. And Baek Dahai before him had completely become Yama's subordinate. Is this what Lord Big Beard was worried about? I must do something for Lord Big Beard. With that, he condensed all the lightning in his hand. Yama, you'll die here with me. Die! Thunder Emperor charged at Yama with all his might. However, just moments ago, Yama and Baek Dahai connected with the thread of fate. At that moment, Baek Dahai gained divinity from Yama, and Yama gained the shroud from Dahai. Baek Dahai's shroud ability is Devouring Beast. A giant beast opened its blood-red mouth. With Yama's light fist clench, Ivan was completely swallowed into darkness. Is this Yama's true form? Don't call his name. Ivan finally understood why Big Beard said that. The fanged beast completely devoured Ivan. Yama called out to Old Fool. The guy who was just swallowed seems to be Big Beard's subordinate. After I digest him, I'll throw him into hell. Help me extract some intelligence. That bastard Big Beard seems to be planning something. Then he walked toward the trembling Li Zhiyou. You've waited a long time. Now it's your turn, sinner. Yama grabbed his head and lifted him up. Li Zhiyou desperately begged. I want to talk to Dahai. Please give me a chance. Seeing this, Yama threw him aside. I'm sorry, Dahai. I'm really sorry. I was too harsh on you during this time. If this continues, I won't have a good ending either. He kowtowed frantically. I beg you. I won't hit or scold you anymore. The soft-hearted girl watched him quietly. Lord Yama, I plan to forgive him. After all, he once saved me. Seeing this, Li Zhiyou was ecstatic. You're willing to forgive? Really? He suddenly grabbed Yama's pant leg. You heard that, right? She said she's willing to forgive me. However, Yama showed an extremely dark expression. I don't quite understand. You were just forgiven. Why are you so happy? The man trembled. Because being forgiven means the punishment will be reduced. What foolish talk, Yama stared at him. If you're forgiven, does the harm to the victim disappear? If forgiveness can cancel out sin, then won't you just target soft-hearted people? I don't care about your broken human laws, though I don't know what humans think, but I absolutely won't allow this behavior. The judge will never forget the sins committed by sinners. Yama condensed hellfire in his hand. I hereby judge. The sinner's words are sharp and bitter, and his actions are like blades causing harm to others. I'll make you climb Thorn Mountain. You can't use your hands or feet as support. You're not allowed to come down until you've worn down all your edges, and after you finish climbing, I'll turn you into a candle. With the shattering of Hell's Gate, Yama finished dealing with the criminal and appeared. The girl outside had also been waiting for a while. You took longer than I expected. Is the pig's matter resolved? Yama smiled awkwardly. Already resolved. Your expression seems off. The girl reached into a small bag. The next second, she stuffed a newly bought fish cake into Yama's mouth. This is called taiyaki. It's good, right? Thanks to Lady White Ox, I saved a lot of time. I guessed you'd be hungry, so I prepared some food for you. You worked hard, Lord Yama. Let's go home from work. The girl showed a brilliant smile in the sunset. Meanwhile, at Soul Conductor headquarters, Whitehair reported his investigation. There are 5 places nationwide where deceased have appeared. The common point of these 5 places is they all have earthly branches. Whitehair added, those deceased must be Big Beard's subordinates. This made White Ox ponder. Big Beard is gathering the earthly branches. We were clearly his former subordinates. Why use force? So much trouble, and the timing is just right. The deceased started moving actively after Lord Yama descended to the mortal world. Could Big Beard be feeling pressure from something and gathering the earthly branches to do something? Just then, she noticed something unusual outside. Could he be asking us to do something we could never agree with? She quickly scribbled some important information on paper, then immediately ordered White Hair beside her, "Give this to Lord Yama. Also, I'll assign you an extremely important task." She whispered something in his ear. "This matter concerns my life. I'm counting on you." With that, she pushed White Hair away. "Go quickly, this is your only chance." Because Sword Emperor had arrived with a group of deceased. "You should have already guessed our purpose." "Let's go, Lord Big Beard summons you." White Ox stepped forward to delay. "Let's talk. Why is Lord Big Beard gathering us? Does he have another plan?" Lord Big Beard wasn't like this before, but Ox didn't care about any of that, casually striking White Ox unconscious with a few blows. "You talk too much. I didn't come here to chat with you." White Hair outside, watching this scene, was terrified. "What do I do? Should I run?" To complete the task White Ox assigned him, he still chose to flee. Although Ox noticed his presence, he let him go. "Just a young brat, forget it. Let's go find the next earthly branch." The strange monk stepped forward. "Lord Ox, may this humble monk join you later." "Monk, are you going to indulge yourself alone again? Why do you love bullying humans so much?" Hearing the criticism, the strange monk just smiled slightly. Before parting, Ox warned him, "You need to remember one thing. If you encounter Lord Yama, absolutely don't fight. Run immediately." The strange monk chuckled. "Need you even say that?" The next day at dawn, Li Zhiyou woke Yama up because Soul Conductor headquarters was suddenly attacked by deceased. There are many deceased wearing shrouds. They've already blockaded the area around headquarters. Yama was puzzled. "Aren't there people who specifically capture deceased? How did this happen?" Jiwoo explained, "Although we Soul Conductors are like police who capture deceased, living on salaries from the government, but an experienced Soul Conductor can at most handle 3 ordinary deceased. If they're powerful deceased who've been in hell a long time, it's hard to resist without a shroud. Simply put, deceased are stronger than humans. Deceased with shrouds are stronger than humans with shrouds. Lord Yama is above them all. Also, deceased wearing shrouds are called celestials." After a while, they arrived at the scene. Before them was already a wasteland. Yama comforted, "Now I have a shroud. Whether celestials or deceased, I'll just defeat them all." "It's not that easy." Old Fool emerged from hell. After it thoroughly interrogated Ivan, that guy spilled everything he knew, but unfortunately he knew nothing. "Only one thing is certain. Some people who were originally Lord Yama's subordinates have gone to Big Beard." Hearing this, Yama was a bit helpless. This is actually quite troublesome. Ox might not be bad, as long as it's not one of those two. "Jiwoo, you go contact headquarters first. Tell them 2 reinforcements will arrive soon. From here to where the deceased appeared, I'll break through at maximum speed." At the same time, news reported that patients receiving treatment for anxiety in psychiatric departments were collectively demanding discharge. The discharge wave is nationwide. Most patients are born in the year of the pig, sparking heated discussion. Professor Kim explained, "Zodiac signs refer to a method of distinguishing people's birth years with 12 animals. Among the earthly branches are 12 animals including rat, ox, pig, etc. For example, those born in the year of the rat are rats. Those born in the year of the rooster are roosters." Although earthly branches and zodiac signs are both folk beliefs, many special phenomena have appeared recently. People born in the year of the pig are beginning to suffer from anxiety. People born in the year of the sheep are increasingly embracing religion. Murder cases by those born in the year of the snake are emerging endlessly. Some factor must be influencing humans. Next, the TV station continued reporting the incident of deceased attacking Soul Conductor headquarters. Casualties continue to increase, although Soul Conductors wearing shrouds are still pursuing deceased. However, this time's deceased are very different from before. Not only more premeditated, but also including many celestials. We can only wait for reinforcements. If the temporary protective wall breaks, the consequences will be unimaginable. But at this moment, the protective wall had already broken. There were simply too many deceased. The strange monk led hundreds and thousands of deceased charging in, chanting Amitabha, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, this is slaughter. Suffering sentient beings, are you hiding something? 2 Soul Conductors exchanged glances, drenched in sweat. Hiding something? The strange monk said no more, waving his hand lightly. Hundreds and thousands of deceased rushed forward. The leading Soul Conductors immediately opened their shrouds to resist, not forgetting to evacuate the crowd. The blue-haired man fought hard to eliminate deceased, thinking they just needed to wait for reinforcements. Just then, his companion was in critical danger, so he had to go rescue them. The Soul Conductors were almost surrounded by deceased. If this continued, they'd be annihilated. Just then, his companion reported reinforcements were about to arrive. "That's great. How many people? What? Only 2? Are you joking?" But he had no time to say more. The strange monk appeared behind him. "Looks like the gods have abandoned you." The Soul Conductor trembled with fear. His instinct told him the deceased before him was extremely powerful. One wrong move and he'd die instantly. The strange monk spoke slowly. "Come empty-handed, leave empty-handed." "Ah, why is life so tragically impermanent?" Seeing the Soul Conductor didn't dare speak, he explained, "Oh my, you don't need to be nervous, I just want to talk. Do you know White Ox has already been captured by us?" The Soul Conductor was even more terrified. "Capturing Lady White Ox? Why? That's not important. What's important is when we went to capture White Ox. She told us a very boring story about the past. I suspect with her intelligence, she wouldn't suddenly tell us a story. She must have been buying time to let the kid behind her escape. I've been looking for that person but couldn't find him. It's quite puzzling. He must be hiding among the elderly, children, and patients. Let us go over there. If the person we're looking for isn't there, we'll quietly leave. After all, I was a monk in life and haven't forgotten the preciousness of life." The strange monk continued to entice, "Let me in. I won't hurt anyone." Seeing this scene, everyone froze, having no idea what the deceased was planning. White Hair hiding behind felt his heart pounding. These guys are so persistent to actually track me here. Just as he hesitated whether to show himself, Ji-woo appeared and patted him. The threatened Soul Conductor also sneered. "A guy who claims to value life so much, how come your whole body reeks of blood? Senior, don't be fooled by him. He's just enjoying all this." Hearing this, the strange strange monk laughed strangely. He grabbed the brown-haired soul conductor. Humans who don't know their lives are ending, still struggling in distress. Watching you, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Like fragile flames swaying before a strong wind. This scene is too interesting. He laughed madly, manipulating his staff. Come empty-handed, leave empty-handed. At the critical moment, a flame struck, its powerful force sending his staff flying. Dark red flames and a devoured body. Long time no see, Lord Yama. Many years ago during Lord Yama's reign, one of his 12 subordinates, strange monk Mud Ox. When he was still human, he once went alone to find the tiger that took a young monk. Seeing the young monk's corpse, Mud Ox was furious. He immediately dismembered the tiger. Mud Ox was once an unparalleled strongman, and thus earned Yama's appreciation to become a subordinate. Old Fool was stunned. I never thought that Mud Ox kid would also become Big Beard's subordinate. Yama's face was gloomy. Mud Ox, why are you here? Mud Ox smiled slightly. You look so good after all this time. Is retirement treating you well? Your temper is still so hot, hasn't changed at all. By the way, did you find Li Lim? Yama's face became even darker. Ha ha ha. Just kidding, Mud Ox laughed wildly. I'm so happy to see you. By the way, I didn't know you recruited new subordinates. Hellfire attacks really hurt. Old Fool was angry. Mud Ox, you're getting more and more insolent toward Lord Yama. Because we're enemies now, Mud Ox said darkly. Better confirm. Lord Yama, can you just let me go? Stop dreaming. Yama cracked his knuckles. I'll teach you a harsh lesson, then throw you into hell. You must tell me everything that happened. That's more your style, Mud Ox said calmly. But the one being taught a lesson should be you. The next second, he raised his staff high. Celestials, listen up. The King of Hell has appeared. His abilities are getting stronger. If we let him be, he'll definitely interfere with Lord Big Beard. Now is when his power is weakest. If we're going to kill him, it's now or never. Therefore, I order the Yama suppression war to begin. If you die in battle, go to paradise. The next second, countless shroud-wearing deceased surrounded Mud Ox, radiating killing intent. Seeing the situation, Yama ordered Li Zhiyou to evacuate the humans first. There are too many deceased. I'll help too, Yama advised. Besides fighting, there are many more important things. I'm counting on you for these refugees. Also, Old Fool, you go help Li Zhiyou too. Without anyone's help, can you really do this? Only Yama's arrogant smile responded. He really hasn't changed. Kill him, deceased. Seeing countless celestials charging straight at him, Yama remained calm. Dahai offered to release her shroud, but Yama refused. Your shroud's range is too wide. If humans see devouring beast, they'll also panic. The next second, facing the imminent attack, Yama easily dodged. After an explosion, he leaped behind the deceased, then kicked the deceased to the ground with one foot. Before he could catch his breath, celestials attacked fiercely again. Yama took his time, throwing out hellfire to blast them away. The celestials seemed endless, wave after wave. Hellfire! Yama's hellfire now fused with devouring ability. Touch it and be devoured. A giant fireball rushed toward Mud Ox, but a celestial used their shroud to block it. Share the sin, Black Rope Rakshasa. Mud Ox also used his own shroud. This troubled Yama a bit. Ordinary hellfire doesn't seem to work. I need to think of new moves. A deceased ambushed him. Just as he was about to counterattack, he found his hand couldn't move. Ah, that was dangerous. I haven't seen him in so long I forgot. Mud Ox's ability is Black Rope Rakshasa. This shroud curses the user, preventing their own body parts from moving. At the same time, the target's same body part also can't move. This ability is really troublesome. As time passes, the cursed body parts increase. Yama blocked attacks with one hand while thinking of countermeasures. He eliminated a celestial with one hellfire move, simultaneously obtaining its sword. What a windfall. Meanwhile, Li Zhiyou, protecting evacuating humans, saw explosions constantly occurring. A trace of worry appeared on her face. Will Lord Yama be alright? Old Fool advised. Don't worry so much. Although Lord Yama is quite dumb, smells like an old man, short-sighted and dirty, it's still not your turn to worry. Hearing this, Li Zhiyou felt slightly reassured. Although that sounds nice, Lord Yama probably means I can't help. After all, ordinary humans without shrouds can't do much. Meanwhile, Whitehair anxiously asked about Yama's whereabouts. I have something to tell Lord Yama. Before he finished, a celestial floating in the sky launched a sneak attack. Watch out behind you. Fortunately, Li Zhiyou rushed over and pushed him away in time. A violent explosion occurred. The deceased was confused. That wasn't the sound of being pushed away. Turns out Whitehair activated his shroud, forming a blue protective shield to block the attack. Facing Ji Woo's confusion, he explained Lady White Ox told him not to reveal his identity. Like Lady White Ox, I assist at the Soul Conductor Association. I'm the earthly branch dog, Baekao Su. But after blocking this strike, he collapsed to the ground. Back away, Ji Woo, old fool stopped her. You say you're Baekao Su? Sorry, I've never seen you before. Are you really an earthly branch? Baekao Su struggled to block incoming attacks. Coughing blood, he explained, I'm a newcomer who came in after Lord Yama retired. The next second, his protective shield shattered. Li Ji Woo quickly pulled him away. Old fool was speechless. Are you really an earthly branch? Just getting hit by that thing makes you cough blood. Baekao Su explained current earthly branches are no different from humans because Big Beard withdrew their powers. They can't even wear shrouds now. Old fool was furious. This guy abandoned his subordinates. Where did your powers go? Mud Ox, Yama said seriously. I sense Big Beard's power from you. Did he abandon the earthly branches? Kneel now. If you surrender, I'll still give you a terrible sentence that'll make you wish you were dead. Mud Ox was dumbfounded. Are you really trying to get me to surrender? No! I'm going to beat you up anyway. Just confess already. Hearing this, Mud Ox laughed heartily. You're right. You'd never forgive anyone anyway. This confirms one thing, you must die here today. With that, black rope Rakshasa activated again, this time affecting Yama's right eye. Countless celestials took the opportunity to swarm forward. Yama swung his blade forcefully, cutting them apart. Seeing them close in, he suddenly changed his grip, stabbing the blade into a deceased's body. Yama's weapon left his hand. The deceased immediately rushed forward, but what greeted them were steel-like fists. Reverse hellfire! That blade stained with hellfire's powers circled in the air. After a wild slashing, all surrounding deceased were eliminated. Yama threw the blade into the air, creating a vulnerability. When deceased were attracted again, he jumped again to catch the blade, crimson hellfire clinging to the blade. The furious Yama wielded the sharp blade, continuously slashing. Approaching deceased were all chopped to bits. In moments, all celestials became corpse fragments. Seeing all companions killed, not even bones remaining, Mud Ox also showed a terrified expression. Meanwhile, Ji-woo kept dodging attacks from celestials, having no power to fight back, and these attacks were completely unpredictable. Ji-woo tried her best to dodge but still got injured. The attacks came relentlessly, giving her no chance to breathe. Baekao Su asked Old Fool, "Is there anything I can help with?" Old Fool remained unmoved. "No need, you just need to stay put." Baekao Su grew anxious. That deceased is very dangerous. If you're waiting for Ji-woo to awaken or something else to happen. "No, I just don't want to help her," Old Fool said seriously. "Why do you think I definitely help her? I don't care about humans' life or death at all, and I never liked her. Besides completing tasks Lord Yama gave me, everything else is none of my business." Baekao Su was confused. "Lord Old Fool, what are you saying? You want me to watch her die? I think that's better. Can finally get rid of this burden now," Old Fool said coldly. Before Baekao Su could react, spikes from behind were already stabbing at him. In an instant, Ji-woo used her body to block this strike for him. "Ji-woo!" The deceased looked smug. "After fighting so long without hitting, I tried half believing. Didn't expect you'd really go protect him." Taking advantage of the distraction, the green-haired soul conductor leaped into the air to tangle with the deceased, but still got thrown down because he was too light. "I'll help delay a bit. Please stop the bleeding quickly." Baekao Su asked with concern, "Why did you recklessly charge in?" "Ji-woo, are you okay?" the girl said strongly. "Because I don't have a shroud. This is all I can do. Please go find the people taking refuge. Someone should need your help." "But I'm so weak." "Lord Old Fool, will you really just watch? If this continues, Ji-woo will die." Old Fool looked indifferent. Hearing this, Ji-woo comforted him. "Please believe you have the ability to protect others. Go protect everyone, Lord Aosu. I'm counting on you." Hearing this, Aosu looked at her, then at Old Fool. "You're stronger than gods." He took out his shroud and handed it to Ji-woo. "Remember to return it later." Seeing this, Old Fool looked smug. Meanwhile, Mud Ox was shocked seeing Yama approaching step by step. "I knew he was strong, but I didn't expect his power to be so overwhelming. I served as Lord Yama's subordinate for 2600 years. Though it was a long time, laughably, I've never seen Lord Yama's true face. But that's understandable. He was always looking down at us from above. He only needed one word or one gesture to make everyone kneel. Now I can understand why those people couldn't recognize Lord Yama. After all, most sinners only knelt on the ground kowtowing to him, with no opportunity, not even a chance to look up." Thinking this, Mud Ox trembled all over yet couldn't help laughing. Yama said seriously, "Your subordinates are all dead, yet you can still laugh." "I laugh because this is all so unreasonable. You just picked up a broken sword and became so strong." With that, Mud Ox removed his shroud. "Since those little tricks don't work at all, I'll try my power," and the power Lord Big Beard bestowed upon me. At Mud Ox's summons, an eerie blue light appeared. The black rope Hell, which imprisons those with grave sins, quietly unfolded. Black Rope Hell is one of the 8 hells created by Lord Yama. This place was built to imprison fallen people with evil beliefs and murderers, and now Mud Ox is smugly using it against his former master, the King of Hell. "Lord Yama, please make sure to scream miserably when you die." He swung the black rope, slashing at Yama. Seeing this, Yama swung his blade to block the black rope, but this hell's attack was enhanced with Big Beard's power. Even Yama could only barely resist. The clash of metal and iron left the King of Hell struggling. Mud Ox found an opening and lunged at him fiercely. The old blade in Yama's hand collided with Mud Ox and immediately broke in two. Pathetic. "You think you can block my attacks with that broken sword?" Mud Ox pressed his advantage, gathering power to strike at Yama. This move was overwhelming. The massive rocks on the ground were shattered to pieces. He summoned black ropes to attack from all directions. Right now, whether it's power, ability, or momentum, I have the upper hand. Mud Ox looked smug. Facing Yama attacking from behind, he wrapped him up with the giant black rope, then flung him away, triggering a massive explosion. "Lord Yama, how does it feel to be beaten?" This is Big Beard's newly remodeled black rope hell. He dares to carelessly remodel hell meant for punishing criminals, and you dare to abuse this place. From within the smoke, Yama's imposing voice emerged. "I can't let you keep doing this. Mud Ox, hand over black rope hell. You don't deserve to have it." Meanwhile, Baekao Su handed his shroud to Li Zhiyou. "Can't count on Lord Old Fool. He's waiting for you to die. My shroud has defensive abilities, perfect for you." The girl looked at Old Fool. "Say something." He seems to have misunderstood. "Looks like you're playing tricks again." Just then, a massive explosion occurred behind them. The green-haired soul conductor couldn't hold on anymore. "Sorry, run. Run?" The deceased smugly pointed at Li Zhiyou. "Don't run. I really like people like you. Don't run away. Play with me to your heart's content." Ji-woo saw the green-haired man's life hanging by a thread. She put on the shroud and charged directly into the green spikes. As the smoke from the explosion cleared, white light shot into the sky, displaying infinite power. Old Fool was also shocked. Baekao Su's shroud, small, clear. Although I originally thought it would suit Ji-woo, I didn't expect it to be this powerful. This effect is really exaggerated. She actually put on a shroud. The deceased panicked a bit, but that can't change anything. No matter what, you're just a mere human. It manipulated the green spikes to attack Ji-woo. That shroud that can only raise a shield definitely can't beat me. But the next second, as Ji Woo raised her hand, countless fragments from the decomposed shield precisely blocked the incoming spikes. The familiar usage left the two onlookers' jaw dropped. Hey, did your shroud originally have that ability? Baek Aosu explained he was seeing that ability for the first time too. Simply deploying the shield is as easy as clenching a fist. But decomposing the shield like this is on a completely different level. It's equivalent to controlling each muscle and nerve for clenching a fist individually. It's nearly impossible. But just as he finished, Ji Woo manipulated spikes to block the attack for him. Lord Aosu, I'm sorry. Ji Woo apologized. This is my first time using a shroud. I'm not very skilled yet. The next second, Ji Woo soared into the air, dodging and weaving. One foot landed on the deceased's face. This even made Baek Aosu question if she was still human. A mere human dares to obstruct me. The deceased launched attacks frantically, but Li Zhiyou, empowered by the fragments, charged forward fearlessly. Several fragments instantly pierced through the deceased's body. I did it, senior. Tears welled in the girl's eyes as old memories surfaced. In that sunset, her senior asked if she still hadn't remembered who she was. Ji Woo was puzzled. Why do you always seem so listless, senior? Because I have a ridiculous amount of work. I don't like the higher-ups. I'm thinking about overthrowing them. The next second, Ji Woo flicked her. Ow, little girl, you hit really hard. You're very strong. That cat-like glare is so annoying. What did I do wrong this time? The girl explained seriously. Because, senior, you're a very influential person. You can't say such defeatist things. The higher your position, the more careful you need to be. Hearing this, the senior had to apologize. By the way, Ji Woo, didn't I say to call me Aunt when we're alone? Young people these days really have no feelings. Tomorrow's mission, let's be careful not to get hurt. The scene shifted. Ji Woo manipulated fragments to block attacks. She leaped high again, jumping beside the deceased. She remembered what Yama said, that he could let her meet the dead. With determination to see her senior again, countless fragments spread from her body. The deceased was still in shock. Li Zhiyou stepped on fragments, approaching it step by step. Only then did the deceased realize its dire situation, as countless fragments were already pressing against its back. The girl gathered all her strength. A powerful kick flashed with pale blue light. Simultaneously, 10,000 fragments behind her instantly pierced through the deceased's body. In an instant, the deceased was turned into a pincushion. Meteor kick! The girl added another kick. A deep blue pillar of light descended from above. The deceased fell from 10,000 meters high. After the explosion, Ji Woo wiped her sweat, a bit easier than I imagined. On Black Rope Hell's side, Yama wore his shroud with an imposing presence. Qualification? Mudox laughed heartily. I didn't expect you to say such things. You've been retired for 300 years. Do you think you're qualified to interfere with us? You retired old man. Have some self-awareness. Go die. Countless black ropes slammed straight down at Yama. While dodging, Yama summoned Devouring Beast. The fanged giant beast lunged fiercely at strange monk Mud Ox. He struggled with all his might to resist, but was still sent flying hundreds of meters before stopping. Then he gathered strength and pushed Devouring Beast away. At the same time, Yama appeared behind him. Massive blood-red hellfire instantly coiled around. In his panic, Mud Ox used chains to block the strike. He forcefully dispersed the surrounding hellfire. Yama suddenly thrust the broken sword toward his body. The enraged Mud Ox suddenly raised his hand and slammed down heavily on Yama. This strike was so powerful that blood began seeping from the corners of Yama's mouth. Yama beckoned and summoned Devouring Beast again to push him away. The incredibly strong Mud Ox resisted Devouring Beast's fangs with bare hands. He roared, and the surrounding rocks shattered. Black rope 10,000 hammers. All the chains fused into one. The thick and heavy black rope whipped up a storm in hell. Mud Ox laughed wildly. Retired deity, you're no match for us anymore. Yama wielded the broken sword, slicing through the surrounding boulders one by one. Strange monk Mud Ox continued taunting. Your remarkable swordsmanship, your scarlet shroud, your abilities and numerous subordinates are all gone. Your prime has long ended. But before he finished, a sharp sword light slashed across his arm. Looking at the small wound, Mud Ox couldn't help but mock. Looks like it'll take you centuries to kill me. The next second, his arm broke into two pieces. Yama looked down at him. You blocked my fists and blade with your body, but you only blocked hellfire with chains. So although Big Beard's enhanced chains can block hellfire, you're still just a deceased in the end. You actually merged the chains with your body just now. Combining Dahai's ability Devouring Beast, I used that move Hellfire. Of course, there's also this Soul Bonsai Type 2. Tremendous power shook hell violently. Mud Ox realized in terror and tried to resist desperately. Under the broken sword, Devouring Beast's ability combined with Soul Bonsai carved a massive gap in Black Rope Hell's ground. You're right. I feel my power has become very weak. Alright, Mud Ox, enough talk. Tell me, what is Big Beard planning? Mud Ox asked back. Do you know why Lord Big Beard brought the earthly branches to the mortal world? Yama was stunned. He had a reason for bringing the earthly branches to the mortal world? Strange monk Mud Ox sighed helplessly. You really don't understand anything except judgment. This world is more intricate and complex than you imagine. Humans are thrown into hell for their sins, repeatedly punished and reincarnated. The earthly branches play a very important role, guiding those who've received their judgments. Lord Yama, weren't you ever curious why sinners who were worse than dogs in life all obediently listen in hell? That's right, it's because earthly branches can manage humans. For example, those born in the year of the rat can't resist the rat earthly branch. That's exactly what Lord Big Beard wants. To correct human nature, he decided to take away their freedom. He wants to use the earthly branches to control all human actions. That's his goal. Yama was furious. That madman. How could that possibly succeed? So Lord Big Beard first found his subordinates, spending 1,000 days trying to convince them. The first to resist was the dog earthly branch. I won't participate in such absurd things. I'll report to Lord Yama, even though he's retired once he hears about this. In the end, Lord Big Beard decided to make a sacrifice. Do you know what method can show humanity's filthiest side, it's to let them experience it firsthand. Hearing this, Dahai slumped to the ground. Are you saying Lord Big Beard abandoned us and took away our powers for that purpose? Don't worry, he's lying, Yama comforted her. These sinners always talk nonsense at the last moment. You should go rest. Muddox continued laughing wildly. You see, everything is just as Lord Big Beard planned. Humans are inherently evil. The earthly branches who fell to the mortal world will quickly realize this. In the end, they'll still join forces with Lord Big Beard to take away all human freedom. I deliver judgment, Yama said coldly. The sinner brought chaos to the mortal world and should have reincarnation severed. Muddox laughed heartily. Fine, sever my reincarnation. Come empty-handed, leave empty-handed. Avalokitsvara Bodhisattva, sever this annoying reincarnation and I'll go find you all. However, Yama's tone changed, because in the sinner's faith, severing reincarnation is a blessing, not punishment. Therefore, I'll make the sinner reincarnate as an insect 1,000,000 times with all memories intact. Hearing this, Muddox was instantly horrified. Bastard, what did I do wrong? You know human evil better than me. No, humans are kind. After the matter ended, Yama recovered Black Rope Hell. The new dog Earthly Branch Bake Aosu also greeted Yama. Yama also opened the paper White Ox gave him. Meanwhile, a red-haired young man was being a keyboard warrior in his filthy home. Ha ha ha, these scammers are so interesting. This is why I can't quit my internet addiction. The milk tea's finished. Where's the water? I'm thirsty. Just then, he noticed the instant noodle soup he hadn't finished earlier. This quenches thirst too. Haha. Is this Mr. Kim's flavor? Yama suddenly appeared from behind, startling him. Damn, who are you, a robber? My house has nothing to take. The girl scolded. I told you we should knock before entering. Suddenly, the red-haired man froze in place. Lord Yama! Oh my god, are you really Lord Yama? He knelt on the ground and hugged Yama tightly. You came to save me. Holding on until now finally paid off. You'll turn hell back to what it was, right? Please take me back to hell. This place is too terrifying. The next second, a knock came at the door. Two deceased were actually politely knocking. Hello, are you the rat Earthly Branch? Ji-woo wanted to bring the rat Earthly Branch to a safe place, but he appeared very frightened. Humans are really too scary. Ji-woo noticed the mountain of garbage in his room, countless takeout boxes, and a sink with no signs of use. This is bad. All this points to one thing. He's been alone since coming to the mortal world. You've been lonely all along, haven't you? The deceased placed a hand on Yama's shoulder. You must have been tormented badly by humans. No place to rely on, and others' gazes are so cold. Yama was also stunned seeing him. This deceased is strange. He has no smell of blood. Lord Big Beard couldn't come find you all due to unavoidable circumstances. He feels very sorry. Alright, come with us. He tried to pull Yama away but found his strength terrifyingly strong. Deceased, Yama said seriously. If I go with you, can I see Big Beard? The deceased paused. You might not be able to see him immediately. Also, shouldn't you call him Lord Big Beard? That's a bit disrespectful. Ji-woo called to Yama. You might need to see this. The situation is worse. The girl also noticed the two spirits outside the door, Fire Demon and Fire Scholar. Fire Scholar smiled slightly. Your hair has grown longer. The girl immediately rushed forward and grabbed Fire Scholar. She responded to Yama's words. Of course these bastards won't have a smell of blood. Back then, Ji-woo and her senior went out to execute her first mission. That mission was to convince a neutral deceased. The specific target was to convince a deceased called Dongfang Shuo and obtain his shroud. In the past, humans had contacted Dongfang Shuo many times. There should be a good chance of convincing him successfully, and he hasn't contacted other deceased. But unfortunately, Fire Demon and Fire Scholar were there that time too. Dongfang Shuo turned slightly, noticing the girl. Li Lim? Fire Demon kept persuading from the side. If you rely on Lord Big Beard, that thing you've been desperately seeking will be within reach. Lord Big Beard will also share his power with you. Master Dongfang Shuo just needs to agree to one thing with us. Deceased, Ji-woo reminded her senior. There are deceased ahead. Fire Demon turned angrily to his sister. Leave those guys to you. Clean them up just like before. Yama was stunned. So they have no smell of blood because... That's right, because they completely eliminate humans, that's why there's no smell. Fire Demon drew a sharp knife pointing at Ji-woo. Rude thing, move your hand. The next second, Yama lifted him with one hand. Remove your hand from my subordinate. The terrifying pressure made Fire Demon realize immediately. I heard the rat Earthly Branch is very timid. Mister, you're not the rat Earthly Branch at all, are you? The next second, the blade tip ignited with golden flames. A violent explosion occurred. Fire Demon shouted to his sister, leave this to me, you go find the Earthly Branch. However, Fire Scholar expressed refusal. Look at this child's face. She's filled with killing intent toward me. She won't listen to anything because of her anger. Let me burn her alive. Li Lim, Yama called softly. Ji-woo immediately held back her tears. She pulled away from the sea of flames to protect the rat Earthly Branch. Seeing this scene, Fire Scholar's face immediately became ferocious. Ji-woo rushed into the room. Lord Earthly Branch, a deceased, appeared. I'll take you to refuge. But the room was empty, only the window wide open. He escaped? Escaping is safer. I need to deal with the deceased, then go find him. But he's clearly very afraid of humans, yet he ran out. Uneasy, Ji-woo ultimately decided to find the Earthly Branch first. Meanwhile, the ferocious Fire Scholar was about to chase Ji-woo when a large hand came at her. Hellfire, burn away sin! Blood-red flames lit up the night sky. The two deceased quickly opened a portal, barely escaping disaster. We almost died. That annoying crimson-black flame is hellfire, isn't it? Both couldn't help but break into a sweat. Then that was Yama just now, right? We've run about 600 meters. There's no time to gather power. Fire Demon was panicking. We're done for. He found us. In an instant, Yama attacked them from a distant rooftop. A towering pillar of fire sent both deceased flying. Fire Demon cursed inwardly. Tao Yuchi and even fought against such a madman. Such a monster. On the street, Ji-woo frantically searched for traces of the rat Earthly Branch. All the Earthly Branches I've met so far have their own characteristics, physique, appetite, and the nature to protect others. What about Rat? What should his characteristic be? Having gained some insight, Ji-woo quickly found the rat Earthly Branch in a dark, narrow alley. But as soon as she approached, the rat Earthly Branch uncontrollably screamed, grabbing mud and throwing it fiercely at her. "Get away! Don't come near me!" the girl quickly explained. "I'm Li Lim, Lord Yama's subordinate." "No, Li Zhiyou," the other's voice trembled. "You say you're Lord Yama's subordinate? Then I'll believe you if you bring him here. Lord Yama is fighting the deceased. If you leave with me, I'll believe you." "You're lying. Humans are all liars. Humans all say I just need to trust them. They'll protect me forever." "But those were all lies," the rat earthly branch roared. "To escape those damn bastards took me 7 whole years, you know. So just get lost. Get away from me." He broke down crying. "Do you need my help? My shroud? Then don't talk nonsense about trusting humans. Hurry up and bring Lord Yama here." Jiwoo remembered when she asked her senior, "You said when you first found me I was like a wild beast. So what did you do then?" Thinking this, Jiwoo stepped forward and hugged him tightly. At Seoul Conductor headquarters, Baek Aosu started processing documents White Ox normally handled. This gave him a huge headache. Old Fool wondered why he separated himself from Lord Yama. Baek Aosu looked serious. "Because your behavior makes it hard for me to trust you, so I'm considering whether to tell you." Old Fool sighed helplessly. "I didn't expect what I said that day would affect him so much. Anyway, no matter what, I've already guessed. White Ox told you to do this, right?" White Ox is someone who gets things done very efficiently. That kind of person being captured by deceased must have left a backup plan. "Although you dislike me, you still called me over. There must be a special reason, probably related to White Ox." Seeing he couldn't hide it, Baekao-su could only trust him. What White Ox told him at the time was, "Convey that sentence completely to Lord Old Fool. Next week, I'll go meet that traitor." Meanwhile, the two deceased were being frantically hunted by Hellfire. They were trapped in a sea of flames, and Fire Scholar needed 10 seconds to open a portal. Fire Demon stood up, planning to buy time for his sister to cast. Shroud Immersion Fire. Golden flames gushed out, colliding with Hellfire. But from the deceased's perspective, Yama's every attack was overwhelming. It needed to use full strength to barely parry. Hellfire continuously attacked it. "Fire Scholar, hurry up! I can't hold on much longer. Almost there." Fire Demon struggled desperately. The portal opened. It looked ecstatic, thinking it could slip away. But Black Rope Hell's ropes immediately bound it, and Yama rushed into the portal at full speed. All of this was within Yama's calculations. He went ahead to scout the earthly branch's gathering point. In the office, Old Fool began analyzing the code White Ox left behind. According to White Ox, she should have assigned us a task, and in 1 week she'll escape control. For someone as shrewd as White Ox to be captured so easily this time, someone must have leaked information. A traitor exists who sold out the earthly branch's whereabouts, and information that Lord Yama wasn't there to Big Beard and his group, to prevent her whereabouts from being leaked again after she returns. Our primary task is to catch that traitor within 1 week. The scene shifted. Yama had already followed the portal to the earthly branch's second gathering point. The deceased asked incredulously, "Are you really the rat earthly branch? You really don't look like it at all." "Whatever, I'll reluctantly believe you." "Where did the deceased who opened the door for you go?" Yama had to explain awkwardly. "It said it was going to find other earthly branches, then left." "All right, come in please. We've been really busy with many things lately." Yama walked boldly into the gathering point. Inside, lights flickered. "I need to pretend to be the rat inside. When they send the earthly branches to Big Beard, I'll follow along. Once I see Big Beard, I'll teach him a harsh lesson. Of course, there's something more important right now." He turned and asked where White Ox was. "Oh, you must be new. I'll take over from here." A dark-skinned girl stopped him. "Nice to meet you. I'm Lord Big Beard's subordinate, Cleopatra. Just call me Cleo, Lord Rat." She ordered the deceased behind her. "I'll show the way here. You go rest quickly. After waiting here about a week, we'll set out to find Lord Big Beard. Also, I find it strange. I haven't heard the rat earthly branch is so well built." Cleo reached out her hand. An old man stopped her. "If you want to find a man for a date, go somewhere else. Don't do anything beyond Lord Big Beard's instructions." This sturdy old man before them was called Bandit. He was the person in charge of the first gathering point. Yama was stunned. Just how many gathering points are there? How many earthly branches have been captured? Also, I thought all deceased had the same skin color, but Cleo's skin color is different. Does skin color correlate with the deceased level? Cleo smiled hearing this. "Your observation is quite good. Our skin color relates to the number of humans killed." Yama's face hardened. "You're saying you're stronger because you killed more humans than ordinary deceased? When we know each other better, I'll tell you." Before long, Yama was brought to a bedroom. "Please rest well. If you need anything, you can ask the deceased outside the door." A crack appeared in the first hell. Dahai told her in terror that some problems seemed to have appeared. Even Old Fool lost contact with Yama. "You still can't enter hell? Is this that serious?" Old Fool explained. "The hell controlled by Lord Yama is a place we subordinates can freely enter and exit. Not being able to enter hell means either someone sealed Lord Yama with their ability, or there's an existence stronger than Lord Yama, whose authority is affecting Lord Yama. It should be the latter. Lord Yama entered Big Beard's domain. Under Big Beard's influence, only Dahai, who was originally in hell, can enter and exit. We'll be blocked outside." Just then, Jiwoo brought the rat earthly branch. Everyone could only trust Yama for now while they handled their own tasks. Little did they know, Lord Yama was leisurely taking a bath at this moment. Dahai asked weakly if this was really the time to leisurely bathe. "I can't cause trouble now anyway. Might as well enjoy when I can. Don't worry, after things are done, I'll personally throw every single deceased here back into hell." Suddenly, hurried footsteps and conversation outside caught Yama's attention, and no deceased were guarding outside. Yama followed a trace of blood and pushed open the door. Cleo said teasingly, "I was wondering where you went. You still saw this. This is what happens when you try to escape but fail and get caught. I put in a lot of effort. Share your thoughts, Lord Yama. Aren't you curious how I knew you're Lord Yama?" The next second, she felt heat rising from Yama's body. "Ah, so hot. How is this possible? Deceased, if you dare say one more word, I'll destroy this place, no matter what plan." He stepped forward to check on White Ox. "Are you all right? Lift your head and let me see." "Lord Yama, how did you get here? Good thing you're still conscious. I'll untie you right away." Cleo quickly stepped forward to stop him. "Don't." The next moment, Yama showed an extremely fierce expression. hellfire burning in his hand. Overwhelming fear struck. Cleo felt she was going to die. White Ox quickly stepped forward to stop Yama. "Please don't attack her. Cleo is on our side. Look, this was all drawn with makeup." Yama looked speechless. "You scared me. Why pretend to be injured?" "Because I'm smart, of course," White Ox explained. "Only by pretending to be injured will those deceased let their guard down. That's how I get a chance to escape. The association has so much work. I haven't slept this well in ages. You worked hard, Cleo. Lord Yama is scary, isn't he? He's usually so silly, but when he gets angry, he becomes a completely different person." White Ox explained the plan, having Cleo deceive the deceased who opens doors. Yama looked disdainful, saying he couldn't trust her at all. White Ox explained she knew her from hell. Cleo was a cadre with the title of dictator. Yama explained he wouldn't leave with them in a week. "My idea is, since I'm already here, might as well meet him and properly teach Big Beard a lesson." "What? Even if you're going to teach him a lesson, isn't this too soon? You have neither sword nor shroud." "Don't worry, I'm Yama." White Ox could only choose to trust him. If it's Lord Yama, he'll definitely succeed no matter what. So far, everything is going according to my plan. No variables have appeared. In Black Rope Hell, the Fire Demon and Fire Scholar siblings were terrified. Although they struggled desperately to escape the Black Ropes, they couldn't escape hell no matter what. Letting Yama go find Lord Big Beard like this, who knows what will happen? I've failed Lord Big Beard. Fire Scholar explained that if someone with status similar to Yama came to open the door, they could get out. Just then, a crack appeared in hell. It wasn't Yama's aura, nor Big Beard's. The scene shifted. TV stations reported that those born in the year of the snake had stopped criminal activities for a full week. Baek Al-Su said searching through materials like this was really aimless. Old Fool discovered extremely abnormal conditions on the rooftop. Too many passersby are squatting on the ground. This is really abnormal. Just the ones I counted are over 350. They're all squatting on the ground at equal intervals. I have an ominous feeling. Feel like something beyond our control has happened. At the same time, Black Rope Hell space shattered with a boom. The deceased siblings were shocked. A human hand broke through space and reached in. At the first gathering point, Bandit returned to the door with fruit. He was horrified to discover the entire house engulfed in raging flames. "What's going on?" He immediately rushed into the room. There sat the Snake Earthly Branch holding a black orb. "Mr. Bandit, did you bring back the fruit?" Bandit was furious. "Snake Earthly Branch, what have you done?" The Snake Earthly Branch said coldly, "I just ate a meal, almost at 10,000 people." Bandit Lin Ju looked shocked. "You madman, what are you eating right now? What's wrong? Is this your first time seeing a human eat deceased?" "Human? Aren't you an earthly branch? Who are you really?" The man didn't answer. Fire Demon and Fire Scholar respectfully served beside him. "Fire Demon, Fire Scholar, you two brats, why are you beside him? Did you betray Lord Big Beard?" In an instant, the man was behind Bandit. "Don't force them. They said they wanted to be my tools themselves. I had no reason to refuse." "Damn it." Bandit struggled to strike at him. The Snake Earthly Branch remained calm. Shroud. Throughout the city, citizens born in the year of the snake began attacking indiscriminately with knives. Fortunately, Ji Woo appeared in time to subdue them one by one, but there were simply too many people. Li Zhiyou could only run around. This is complete chaos. Why would everyone suddenly attack each other? Just then, Old Fool revealed they're indeed being influenced by an earthly branch. The earthly branch is controlling humans. All people nationwide born in the year of the snake are being manipulated. Before finishing, space tore open in the sky above. A giant snake twisted its body madly, looking down upon the mortal world with terrifying presence. The giant snake in the sky was determined to kill 10,000 citizens. It coiled its body in the sky, about to break through the mortal realm's barrier. This scene simultaneously shook both Yama and Big Beard. At the second gathering point, Yama sensed an ominous disturbance. He immediately instructed Cleo to take care of White Ox, then leaped up, going through hell first to reach the giant snake's location. People seeing the giant snake in the sky all showed expressions of terror, and the snake earthly branch stood proudly atop the giant snake, limping. 9,000 serpents, it's finally about to end. He showed a yearning expression. Just need to kill 1,000 more. Even Big Beard at the deceased headquarters sensed something unusual. This aura. The earthly branches shouldn't have power. The shroud's owner must have changed. Ox suggested he go retrieve the shroud. Big Beard hesitated a bit. Who do you think is the strongest earthly branch? Ox was stunned. In terms of combat ability alone, it should be dragon or tiger. However, the one with the greatest growth potential is snake. Big Beard spoke softly. I have a new special mission for you. It must be you who completes it. On the city side, the giant snake had successfully landed. The snake earthly branch brought Fire Demon and Fire Scholar, scaring innocent citizens on the ground into trembling. Fire Demon smiled seeing this. Aren't you hungry? There seem to be very fresh humans over there. The snake earthly branch's face darkened. Fire Demon, did I say you could talk to me? Next time I'll kill you. Fire Demon quickly apologized in fright. I'm sorry, I won't do it again, that damn bastard. Fire Demon raged inwardly but dared not speak. Not long ago, the two siblings kowtowed, begging to become his subordinates. This was also a last resort to stay alive. That guy gnawing on deceased hearts is too terrifying. Nobody wants to be his dinner, right? The man looked curious. First time I've met deceased wanting to be my subordinates. Maybe I should just eat you instead. Though Fire Demon cursed him as a psycho inside, he still coaxed gently. You seem to enjoy fine food. We siblings can manipulate flames. We'll roast food to perfection when Lord Snake dines. My sister also knows teleportation. Wherever you want to go is no problem. Hearing this, the snake earthly branch gave them one of his digestive fluids. If they don't receive the snake's neutralizer at fixed times, they'll slowly melt from the inside and die. I have no reason to trust two deceased. Speak up if you don't want to eat it. Thinking of this, Fire Demon was also drenched in sweat. Just then, an ominous red light flashed across the sky. Yama descended from above with a punch. The snake earthly branch raised his hand to block, creating a massive explosion. The two deceased were very confused. How could Yama, who should be at the second gathering point, appear here? As the smoke cleared, Yama also looked confused. He only came because he smelled thick blood. The current situation seems even more absurd. This is a human? He's wearing Snake's shroud? That dizzying smell of blood? Just how many has this bastard killed? Did Snake give you the shroud? Before he finished, the giant snake opened its bloody maw and lunged at Yama. The silver-haired man smiled slightly. Do you know teacher? You'll see her soon. You'll meet her in my stomach. A violent explosion kicked up dust everywhere. First time I've met someone who knows teacher, I couldn't have imagined this. Are you also an earthly branch? Are you also an earthly branch? What's your ability? I'll know once I eat you. You dare call her teacher? The smoke cleared. Yama was unharmed. Did you kill the person who taught you and eat her too? Did you steal the shroud? The silver-haired man looked mocking. What nonsense are you talking about? Is this your first time seeing a human eat deceased? Yama raged and charged at him. I've seen it 10,000 times, you damn sinner. This strike was so powerful the silver-haired man could only struggle to dodge. The giant snake opened its mouth again to bite at Yama. You damn snake! Crimson killing intent flashed in Yama's eyes. He suddenly punched the giant snake away. But that tail swept toward Yama. Taking advantage of his blocking, the silver-haired man's sneak attacked. Yama gathered strength again, but noticing the green venom in his hand, he still stopped his movement. Poison doesn't work on me, but I'm still a bit concerned. That brat isn't fighting at full strength at all. What's this sense of dissonance? Hey, you're hiding something from me. The silver-haired man's mouth oozed blood. Looks like you don't know teacher's shroud ability. He leaped high, using Bandit's technique, so it can devour and absorb the skills of those eaten. Yama's face hardened. Do you know in whose presence you're being so insolent? The silver-haired man pulled back. Aren't you Lord Yama? The memories of those I eat are also shared. Fire Demon and his sister were stunned seeing Snake dare to attack Yama. They watched the venom Yama dodge shoot straight toward fleeing mother and child. Yama had to rush forward to block the damage. You really live a hard life, but that works in my favor. With my current strength, I still can't beat you. Though it's a shame, let's fight again next time. With that, he was about to leave. Yama raged, hellfire burning around him. Did I say I'd let you go? Now! Attack! The silver-haired man glanced back slightly. Our target is the weak. The giant snake soared into the air, venom gathering in its mouth. Green light radiated. Countless streams of venom poured out, dense like green meteors, all shooting toward innocent people. Go ahead and try to save them, but no matter how hard you try, you can't save everyone. No, I'll save every single one. Yama leaped high. Sinner! Yama roared. Next time we meet, I'll personally take action. Even if you kowtow to apologize and cry begging me, I'll definitely make you wish you were dead. Hearing this, the silver-haired man just showed a provocative look. Go ahead and try, psycho. Seeing the venom about to strike countless citizens, Yama took a deep breath and shouted loudly, Old fool! Bring the shroud immediately, right now! Old fool responded in panic. My shroud? What's with this green light? But seeing Yama's murderous aura, he knew the situation was extremely serious. Trust him. Lord Yama must have a reason for doing this. The last time he showed this expression was many years ago when he descended to the mortal world. Lord Yama, my shroud has side effects. I know. Just take away as you please my insignificant memories. Old fool's shroud is called reminiscence. By paying the price, it can ignore causality and return anything to the past. Lord Yama's complete memories are disappearing at an alarming rate. Yama gritted his teeth. Erasing this many memories can maintain reminiscence's effect for about 1 second. Seeing that green venom about to kill innocent people, Yama smiled wickedly. 1 second is enough. I hereby offer my memories. The target to return to the past is myself. The next second, wrapped in red light, Yama from 300 years ago wearing his scarlet shroud descended upon the world. Silkworm. Yama's mind stirred. Blood-red light flashed in his hand, then released 10,000 red meteors, instantly and precisely striking down every drop of venom floating in midair. Was 1 second still too long? At the second gathering point, Cleo was very surprised seeing the green light reappear. Lord Yama, what was that just now? Was it Snake? What's happening now? I need to tell Lady White Ox quickly. Just then, deceased behind her eyed her menacingly. I heard you call him Lord Yama. He's not the rat earthly branch after all, is he? No wonder you've been staying by White Ox's side. Cleo, you're the traitor, aren't you? So what if I am? Don't you also think Lord Big Beard's plan is absurd? Trying to take away human freedom. Shut up, traitor! The deceased swung hooks at her. The next second, Cleo put on her shroud, Anubis. With one move, the golden staff pierced through the deceased. Don't forget that whoever fights me must stake their life. As Cleo cast her spell, countless souls floated around her, then instantly tore at the deceased. Aren't you afraid, Cleo? Cleo stood righteously. I'm just standing on the side of what I believe is justice. After resolving this, Cleo immediately pushed open White Ox's door. Lady White Ox, you must leave now. Although I've dealt with the deceased who discovered the truth, being discovered by others is only a matter of time. This way, I'll do my best to deceive those who open doors. Just as they were about to leave through the door, Ox quietly appeared. Escape? Cleo, where are you going in such a hurry? Meanwhile, at the city's perimeter, Ji-woo had tried her best to control all the rioters, but the pile of attacks that descended from the sky still made her very uneasy. Those attacks lost their destructive power along with the red light. Only one person could do that. Just then, Ji-woo noticed an old lady passing by. A being without authority dares disturb causality. That reckless fool has caused trouble again, but it's not enough yet. Must take a bit more. Pull yourself together too. You'll die if you keep spacing out. As Ji-woo wondered what this meant, Yama suddenly appeared behind her. Lord Yama, when did you return? Did you just see? There was a strange old lady just now. Strange. Was it a hallucination? Anyway, good thing you're back. Did you go save Lady White Ox? You dealt with that strange snake, right? However, Yama before her looked dazed. Who's White Ox? Back at the office, Ji-woo observed carefully and found Yama had indeed lost his memory. Lord Yama lost his memory. How much has he forgotten? Lady White Ox's appearance and abilities. He can't remember any of it. So he wasn't an idiot from the start. Ji-woo, I drew a cup of blue water from the well. So magical. Everyone speculated this should be the side effect of using Old Fool's shroud. Most importantly, after Lord Yama used the shroud, Old old fool also disappeared, but that strange old lady still made Ji-woo very uneasy. Just then, Yama fell into thought. A few memory fragments made unease surge in his heart after so long. Haven't seen such pure malice in a long time. Have I been away from hell too long? Thinking this, he crushed the cup in his hand. Lord Yama, good thing you're not hurt. Sorry about that, Li Lim. Ji-woo smiled back. Lord Yama, can you tell me about that person, Li Lim? You always call me Li Lim. I'm a bit curious. I can tell you about my past too. After hearing her story, Yama was also shocked. You're saying you have no childhood memories at all? I knew you'd be surprised. Ji-woo explained, I heard a meteor fell on the mountain. When people went to see the meteor, they found a lake they'd never seen in their lives. They thought this lake was very miraculous, so it became a famous tourist spot. After a long time, a deceased called Dongfang Shuo appeared by this lake, and the soul conductor investigating that deceased found me in that lake, naked me. This soul conductor is the senior you mentioned? Yama asked. Ji-woo lowered her head, infinite longing flashing in her eyes. The figure from her memories kept appearing before her. No, mother, I should call her mother. Suddenly she stopped sobbing. Lord Yama, am I Li Lim? Meteor, lake, Dongfang Shuo. Yama looked at her seriously. If I'm not mistaken, Ji-woo, you are. Just then, a familiar voice came. Lord Yama, long time no see. Lord Big Beard sent me. He wants me to help you. Skin that snake together. Ji-woo immediately stood up on guard seeing the deceased. However, in an instant he was behind her. Who are you? Even the hair color is the same. You also have a faint mint scent. I heard Lord Yama took on a new subordinate and was puzzled. This is truly surprising. She's Li Lim, isn't she? Must have been reincarnated. Yama looked annoyed. None of your business. So you still followed Big Beard after all? After all, I had no other choice at the time. Ji-woo asked about the other party's situation. Yama explained he was Ox. Hearing this, the girl's eyes lit up. Please teach me much. I'm Li Ji-woo. I didn't expect the legendary figure truly exists. No way, you actually know that kid. Ji-woo explained to Yama. Ox is a figure from mythology. Long ago in heaven, there was a cowherd named Ox who managed white oxen, and a weaver maiden famous for weaving magnificent silk. Heaven blessed them with a beautiful marriage, but they didn't notice each other because they were too devoted to their work. The Jade Emperor pitied their situation, so when the weaver went to raise silkworms, he sent down lightning. This sudden lightning made them notice each other and immediately fall in love. And so they lived happily ever after. How laughable. Ox's face turned cold. Is that what everyone says? Saying we lived happy, joyful days. Ox's body erupted with astonishing momentum, making Ji-woo's heart skip. This aura definitely isn't at deceased level. If I had to fight him, Ox. Yama came over and patted him. Don't look so sharp. The terrifying presence made Ox bow an apology. Sorry, Li Lim. I got too excited. Several people discussed plans, preparing to head to the Soul Conductor Association first. We're back. White Ox brought Cleo back to headquarters. This excited Bake Aosu most. Lady White Ox, you've suffered so much, you're finally back. But White Ox knew their situation wasn't too good. They just ran into Ox. As White Ox's nemesis, Ox branded her with a mark. Damn it. White Ox was furious. I deliberately made him lower his guard precisely to avoid this. I thought I'd never be led by him again. That's the person I get along with least. Just then, Bake Aosu and Cleo brought all the materials White Ox needed, but Bake Aosu couldn't help wondering. The materials you had me bring seem to have nothing to do with Snake. White Ox analyzed if an extremely greedy human gained absorption ability, what would they do? That's right. A greedy human would most likely think, I don't want to lose all this. I want to enjoy this power forever. To catch him, we need to act before he does. What we need to find first is Dongfang Shuo, who is said to have lived for a very long time. Meanwhile, the silver-haired man kept coughing up blood. Damn it, I was only hit a few times by that person. Yet I keep retching, vomiting blood. Too dangerous. He asked Fire Demon, what's this about Dongfang Shuo you mentioned? Fire Demon hastily explained. Legend has it Dongfang Shuo is said to be a human who lived over 10,000 years. The man scoffed. A human living 10,000 years? You think I'm a 3-year-old? Fire Demon quickly kowtowed. My mission under Lord Big Beard was to find Dongfang Shuo. His shroud ability is immortality, because we can't harm him and he's hard to catch. We've had difficulty, but if it's Lord Snake, perhaps you could swallow him. Immortality ability. Lord Snake smiled hearing this. He immediately instructed Fire Scholar to obtain 1,000 hearts by any means necessary, then called Fire Demon to search for Dongfang Shuo together. Swallow 1,000 hearts while catching Dongfang Shuo. This is too perfect. Meanwhile, Yama was struggling to recover his memory, but in the end still couldn't remember who White Ox was. Yama angrily questioned Cleo. Why do you keep hiding behind me? It's uncomfortable, let go. White Ox explained Cleo acts this way when she sees unfamiliar women. Ji-woo rummaged around and took out a chocolate to give Cleo. She remembered what her senior said, if you want to get closer to someone, use food. Sure enough, after eating, Cleo's eyes lit up, and she instantly became familiar with Ji-woo. Just then, Ji-woo received a support mission and left first. Yama was troubled about how to find Dongfang Shuo's whereabouts. White Ox reminded that the last known location of Dongfang Shuo's appearance was near the city center. At this moment, Ox stood on high ground looking at the scenery. Yama's complaints followed, clearly wearing an eye patch and can't see clearly. Handsome people just love acting cool. Let's go. She said we just need to follow the bracelet's alert tone. What happened to your face? White Ox was angry just now while explaining the bracelet's function. Ox was a bit helpless. The scene from 300 years ago was vivid. So why did you even come? Get to the point. Stop spacing out. Let's go find Dongfang Shuo. Meanwhile on the battlefield, Ji Woo faced extremely numerous deceased, but showed no fear. With her shroud, eliminating them was like cutting vegetables. Really impressive, Cleo praised. A human body can fight like this too. So cool. Li Zhiyou, there are still people on the roof. Go rescue them quickly, Park Yuna shouted. The next second, while eliminating deceased, Ji Woo jumped directly toward the window, then stepped on fragments, moving swiftly and jumping straight onto the roof. This girl can really fly. Wait, who's there? Then a massive explosion came from the roof. With her shroud, Ji Woo was agile. A few deceased couldn't handle her at all. Are you alright? Ji Woo saw a pair of survivors. The girl looked at Ji Woo with extremely cold eyes. Thank you, soul conductor, the old man explained. Sorry, my granddaughter can't speak. We're both uninjured. How can we repay your life-saving grace? Ji Woo said no thanks needed and turned to leave. When she tried contacting Park Yuna, she found no response at all. As she left, that girl looked at Ji Woo meaningfully with blood-red eyes. Yama and Ox arrived at a tunnel. Does that guy look like Dongfang Shuo? This is the marked location? Is there really no possibility at all? Ox explained. Dongfang Shuo is very strong. No matter how you look at it, that kid ahead is just small fry. Indeed looks useless. Did we waste another trip? Suddenly the deceased ahead moved its body. How rude to call someone small fry. Yama asked, excuse me, is Dongfang Shuo here? Where did he go? Don't know. I'm just responsible for defeating intruders. Knowing nothing, the two turned to leave. Really is small fry. You dare call me small fry, and now you want to run? What cowards. Think whatever you want. Bye. Being afraid is normal. After all, no one in this world is better with swords than me. Hearing this, the two sword masters glared angrily. What did you say? Stop joking. Yama smiled slightly. Anyway, when it comes to swords, I'm still Ox is the strongest. Sword Emperor Ox. Hey, you brat. With me here, how could you be the strongest? What absurd talk are you saying? My nickname is Sword Emperor. Huh? Stop joking. I'm a deity. Seeing them argue endlessly, the deceased directly activated its shroud, Sword Sovereign. A giant blade shot straight at them. Ox directly drew his sword. At full power, Lord Yama would be stronger, but now it should be me. Purple sword light instantly blocked the attack. And honestly, Lord Yama, without a shroud you're useless. Hellfire burned in Yama's hand. The one truly useless without a shroud is you. Massive flames shot into the sky, but the deceased actually swung sword light to block it. I can create new moves just by thinking a bit. Hellfire! Yama's hand twisted the flames. The next second they shot out like cannonballs. Enormous flames swallowed all the sword light, not forgetting to turn back and show off to Ox. See? Pretty flashy, right? Flashy? Are you on drugs? Ox flew high. Zodiac! Ox blocked all the deceased attacks with one move. Why are you talking in that third-rate tone? The current Lord Yama is absolutely ridiculous. Both frivolous and foolish. Did you retire just to joke with me like this? Did you abandon us just to act like this? Time returned to 300 years ago. To everyone's surprise, Yama announced his retirement. He rose feebly. Let Big Beard take over my position. Give him the shroud. I already gave him the sword. Lord Yama, why are you doing this? It's definitely for that damn Li Lim, Mudok said. Are you going to find Li Lim? Will you apologize to her for that matter? Hearing this, Yama was a bit dazed. I feel sorry for you all too, but I don't regret it, because back then I believed that even without me, you could all do very well. Though I don't know how you see me, I'm more imperfect than you imagine. The next second, somehow Ox's sword appeared in Yama's hand. He swung the sword and charged forward. The blade light blocking ahead shattered instantly, movements steady and graceful, then strikes carrying hellfire cut into the deceased's body. But in terms of swordsmanship, I'm more perfect than you. Seeing Ox standing dazed, Yama patted him. By the way, Ox, I know your personality is rather sensitive, but you're not allowed to get too excited. Watch out or you'll die by my hand. What the two didn't expect was the battle didn't seem over. A giant figure slowly rose. Ha ha ha, feels like my whole body is full of power. What delicious swordsmanship. Then he sent both flying with one sword strike. Well, I didn't expect this. You can still stand after being hit by that move? The deceased smiled smugly. This is my Shroud Sword Sovereign's ability. If the opponent uses a sword to harm me, I can absorb that swordsmanship and utilize it. This is why I'm number one in swordsmanship. You can never beat me as long as you use swords. He twisted his body, wildly slashing at them. I didn't expect such a strange shroud exists in the world. He absorbed Lord Yama's swordsmanship. Zodiac Scorpio. Ox leaped up and slashed at the deceased. The deceased, while being hit, also swung out a Scorpio. It's true. Even my swordsmanship was absorbed. How interesting. Ha ha ha. Feels like my whole body is full of power. Power overflowing. This is fantastic. I'll cut you down. But his smugness lasted only a moment before he started vomiting frantically. Black rope. Yama pointed. The rope bound him tightly. Yama walked toward him. Because you were too greedy. You seem confident in swordsmanship. How long have you trained? The deceased roared. Are you saying I'm too lazy? I trained for 500 years. Ox. How long did you train that one move roughly? I think it took about 2,000 years. Hearing this, the deceased roared in disbelief. Impossible. You're lying. How could it be 2,000 years? Believe it or not, you keep vomiting because you don't understand the truth swordsmanship contains and swing your sword recklessly. The deceased broke down. That kind of detail doesn't matter. In my past life, I also cut down several hundred people. Several hundred people. Yama smiled mockingly. This brat, you're a sinner. Then the iron chains in his hand tightened further. Yama held a long whip. So you have no smell of blood because you killed people in your past life. Did you finish receiving punishment in hell? You haven't finished at all, have you? That's why you show no remorse. I'm passing judgment now. At the city hospital, Park Yuna was receiving treatment on the operating table. Fortunately, quite successful with no life-threatening danger. Jiwoo explained that while fighting deceased on the roof. Senior seemed to be ambushed by other celestials. Jiwoo mentioned she'd sent the grandfather-granddaughter pair from the rooftop to refuge. 2 people? Her companion was a bit shocked. But on the roof, there was only 1 person. Just then, White Ox called saying Yama had found Dongfang Shuo's whereabouts. Because Yama whipped that deceased, and he confessed everything. And now, according to investigation, the location Dongfang Shuo went to was an amusement park. Meanwhile, Kim Seon also arrived at the amusement park based on Fire Demon's information. What do you mean he comes here often? Kim Se-yeon grabbed Fire Demon's collar. Doesn't that mean he might not be here? I clearly told you to take me to meet Dongfang Shuo. Fire Demon was drenched in sweat. That's because Dongfang Shuo frequently changes residences, and places he stayed once he never returns to. Fire Demon added, Dongfang Shuo was originally receiving punishment in hell, but over 300 years ago, he escaped from hell and is currently fleeing in the mortal world. So he's basically a fugitive? 300 years ago was just before you deceased came to the mortal world. He fell with the meteor, Fire Demon explained. Dongfang Shuo is a master of disguise. He can change appearance at will, women, children, anything. Then Fire Demon took out a white piece of wood. This is a divine artifact made by someone called Li Lim long ago. As long as Dongfang Shuo appears, this wood will light up. Just then, a couple discovered them. Isn't that deceased? Honey, let's report them. Just then, strange light flashed in the woman's eyes. Lord Snake orders, strangle your boyfriend. The next second, the girl uncontrollably choked her boyfriend's neck. Seeing this, Kim Se-yeon just found it convenient. Perfect. Born in Year of Snake. After he dies, dig out his heart and take it to the cemetery. Even the deceased beside him thought he was inhumane. You're too conspicuous. In case Dongfang Shuo notices, you go collect hearts first. Then Kim Se-yeon sat on a high building quietly watching the crowd. A teacher-student conversation stirred up his past memories. Back then, he was bullied by some thugs at school. Just then, a teacher discovered their prank. What are you doing? She kicked away the thumbtacks and helped up Kim Se-yeon beside her. This was the original Snake Earthly branch. She was a teacher. Kim Se-yeon said helplessly, I can't stand on my legs. Born this way. This teacher's words and actions were very clumsy, making Kim Se-yeon feel strange. How would a normal teacher ask students why they're being ostracized? You're obviously a student teacher. The teacher smiled. I see. Sorry. Human group life is indeed not easy. Kim Se-yeon looked confused. Humans? Is she also an anime fan? Kim Se-yeon happened to be a novel writer too. Just then, the teacher noticed his manuscript scattered on the ground. Wow, you're amazing! Is this a novel you wrote? The next second, she fell down from being too excited. How did you even become a teacher? The girl smiled awkwardly. By studying, of course. Thinking of this, Kim Se-yeon noticed Dongfang Shuo seemed to show no signs of appearing and prepared to leave. Just then, the white wood on him emitted a faint white light. He was immediately ecstatic. It's here. Dongfang Shuo, where is it? He began searching everywhere. Nearby, great. Once I get the immortality power, I won't have to worry about being killed by that monster anymore. Want to kill me? Not a chance, you fool. I heard you're strong against the strong and weak against the weak. Stop making me laugh. Life is only survival of the fittest. As the white light grew stronger, he also noticed the person in black on the bench. But the next second, that familiar and terrifying face appeared before his eyes.